Jaret Goes to the Movies is a free podcast made possible by Rich's lack of a social life, as well as our amazing supporters. For as little as $1 a month, you can access tons of extra content each week. Visit jaretgoestothemovies.com and click Support Us. Enjoy the show.
Hello, everybody. I'm Jaret Reddick, and this is a podcast. Jaret Goes to the Movies. Hopefully you have seen or heard one of my many musical endeavors. And if you have, then you know how much I love movies. This is movie commentary with no movie knowledge. This podcast is me and my friend Rich talking about movies that we like. But my name's on it because I'm famous. This is Jaret Goes to the Movies. Still. Okay, we're starting now.
One time my cousin Walter got this cat stuck in his ass. True story. He bought it at our local mall, so the whole fiasco wound up on the news. It was embarrassing for my relatives and all, but the next week, he did it again. Different cat, same results, complete with another trip to the emergency room. So I run into him a week later in the mall, and he's buying another cat. And I says to him, Jesus, Walt, what are you doing? You know you're just going to get this cat stuck in your ass, too. Why don't you knock it off? And he said to me, Brody, how the hell else am I supposed to get the gerbil out? My cousin was a weird guy.
Weird guy, this guy. Got a gerbil in his asshole. And he's buying a cat, sticking it up there, trying to figure out how to get it out of there. Hi, everybody. My name is Jaret. This is a podcast. It's called Jaret Goes to the Movies. We're in a somber mood today. Everything's a little somber.
I'm not, and I'm the great.
No. I know. It's me.
By
It's
we,
me.
he means himself.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Everybody. It's fine. You know, I'm a little tired. That's fine, though. I've done tired podcasts before. How's everybody doing? It's good to have you listening wherever you are. It's been an awesome and productive week here. We had Casey's cousin in town visiting. We ate at a lot of restaurants.
Were they restaurants?
We didn't go to one restaurant, although we did have the conversation last night that we hadn't been to Twin Peaks in a while. Mm-hmm. And we did almost take the whole family to Twin Peaks.
Did I tell you this? Do you know the story about that particular cousin and the restaurants?
No.
I thought you said it because of that.
No.
Yeah, she's like mega feminist vegetarian. So, of course, the first time she came to visit me, I took her to Hooters.
Oh, you should definitely take her to Tight Ends.
Yeah. Tight Ends is the place.
She's fine now.
We've only been to Tight Ends the one time when you met us there.
Is she fine now, as in she's come around?
Well,
Mostly.
she does. She's not a vegetarian.
She eats chicken now, and
Oh, okay.
she...
Oh, she didn't want to go because they serve chicken. Got it. Now I was confused for a second.
She's a vegetarian, but she eats chicken.
No, she was a vegetarian then. Now she eats chicken.
Right. I got it.
She eats things that don't nurse.
You know what? For some reason, it just hit me that the opening line of this movie is about
Richard Gere.
about Richard Gere putting a cat up his ass, and then like one of the turning point of like getting even with the bad guy is him sticking his hand up his ass. A lot of ass play in Mallrats.
It's weird because it seemed like a non sequitur without there being a topic to be a non sequitur from.
Right.
You know what I mean?
I read somewhere that there was a different beginning and they reshot it because it didn't test well. And this is what they came up with.
It felt like the entire movie was a non sequitur to this story he's telling.
Oh, interesting. I see what you're saying. Yeah, getting back to his cousin Walter.
Right.
You know, who is...
It's like, you get me all excited about Walter.
Yeah.
I don't hear about Walter for the rest of the fucking movie.
Yeah, there you go.
Because you wanted to know more?
Well, I mean, is he from Appalachia?
With me, as always, is Rich. How are you, Rich?
I'm good.
I played
I'm a little mad at you.
Yeah, so by the time you hear this, it will all be over. But as we do this show tonight, tomorrow night, McGregor and Mayweather will box.
Well, we're not sure. He may have broken his fucking hand.
So I sent...
One of them broke their hand?
well,
let me...
Go ahead.
Let me tell it from my perspective.
I would love to hear it
be funny.
Okay.
I'm driving home from work today.
Yeah.
It's Friday. I got to hurry up and get home, get ready for the podcast. The next day is Jaret's party that he's having for the fight, the big fight, McConnor and Mayweather fight. I realized yesterday that I double booked the weekend.
Oh, damn it.
So I told my parents that me and the Russian and the little Russian were coming to their house, and we're going to spend the night. And he just built a big built-in grill and everything, and we were going to use it and do a big family cookout and everything. It was going to be awesome. Spend the night, go back Sunday. And I realized yesterday that that's the same weekend as the party. I was thinking the fight was the next weekend. So I had to cancel on my parents so that I could go see the fight.
Yeah, for priorities.
Yeah, right. So I cancel on them. They weren't super disappointed, but it's like they love when I spend the night. They're fine with me coming over to visit, but spending the night is like a statement.
My mom is the same way.
Yeah.
Like, we can go visit my mom all we want, but she every single time is like, y'all can bring the dogs and just stay over. They always want us to stay.
They want to do breakfast in the morning. It's a whole thing.
Yeah.
So
I've told you the story how my mom didn't want me to stay at her house.
Yes, we have heard that one.
Yeah.
So
you have amazing parents, Rich.
Thanks. So I get all that cleared up, all good. Talk to the Russian. We're good for Saturday night. I'm driving home today. I get a text from Jaret, and I have this new. I use the Android Auto, so it just it speaks the messages to me. So it's
some messages to me.
So the text messages, it says them to me. So it says, the fight's been canceled. Conor McGregor fractured his hand while sparring, and they postponed the fight till later, so the party's off. And I'm
no. Well, the text didn't say that the party's off.
Well, in my head, that's what it said.
It just basically said
it was the TMZ report with a link.
Yeah, so let me read it.
But it's reading it to me, so I don't see the link.
I know, but the wording of it is why it's funny, because it just says, "Oh no, McGregor fractures hand in sparring. Fight postponed per TMZ," with a link. And then I added this part.
Right.
No fucking way.
Right. And so I responded to you verbally because it doesn't click on the links for me and then pop them up on my phone. So it doesn't even mention that there is a link in the text. Yeah. And I'm like, wow, that sucks, right? It was like, wow.
That is exactly. Yeah. That sucks.
Wow, that sucks.
And
okay.
That sucks. Okay. Yeah.
Right. So in my mind, the party's canceled. I'm now going to go back and tell my parents I can come stay at their house for the weekend. So I call them up. I call the Russian.
Oh my God. Really?
Yes. This is hours. And I'm also thinking in my head, wow, he broke his hand. How he did it. I mean, this is history to me. Like, this happened in my life. Conor had broke his hand. Somehow he miraculously cured now that I've talked to Jaret again. But it's still in my head as he broke his hand in sparring because it sunk that deep into my life on the 5 hours that I spent. So I tell them we're coming. They got the grill finished. It's going to be the whole big thing. And then a friend of mine was like, "Where are you watching?" "I'm watching at Jaret." She was like, "Okay." And this was earlier. And I texted her back and I said, "Well, the fight's off now." And she was like, "What? No way." And I'm like, "Yeah, I'll just go Google it and send you the link." And I went and Googled it, couldn't find anything. So I went back to the text message and I said, and I saw TMZ. I still didn't even really pay attention to the link. And so I went Googling for TMZ because I thought maybe they have some exclusive and it's not like fully out yet. It's just a rumor. And then I went back again and I was like, oh, well, okay, he included the link to TMZ. Kick ass. So I click on the link and I click on it. When I clicked on the link, my brain shut down for a second because I was multitasking. So I click on the link and I kind of look away for a second. And then I'm looking at something, reading something, and I look back at my phone, and there's this big black guy with a big black penis just sitting on my phone, and it doesn't even register at this point.
What is happening?
What is happening? I'm thinking, why am I looking at this? It didn't even dawn on me that this was a joke yet. And so I'm looking at it, I'm like, wait a minute.
Are you
was this again? And I had to go back to the text and look at the link, and I go, oh my God, this is a fucking... And I just got pissed. I was just pissed.
So you had to call your parents and cancel again?
I just texted him and I said it was a joke. It's still on.
Did you send him the link
You guys
to
just
show him
still-
what happened?
Should have sent him the link. They would have totally understood.
Here's what happened.
Here's what happened.
Mom, why do you still have that link on your phone?
I also
So-
received that link today.
I figured.
Well, it was in the bowling. I put it in the Bowling for Soup group thread or whatever. I'm not sure who originally sent it to me. It was probably Ian from the from Lava Cantina. Now that I think about it,
Oh my
but
god, that is so funny.
So I'm still having lunch with him tomorrow.
So his hand's okay, right?
I don't know. It's still fucked up in my head. I'm like, how is he going to beat Mayweather with a broken hand?
Maybe
Yeah.
they'll just let him use feet.
yeah, they should just let him use that dude's dick.
For real.
Just
That thing was gargantuous.
it's
That
a
was
fucking-
probably the biggest penis I've ever seen.
It's a big one. It's a
Bringing
big.
a hammer to a fist fight.
There's no way that a
I
horse has a bigger penis
Let
than
me
that.
see this penis.
Okay, check
I'll
it out.
show you.
It's a
Let me get it pulled up
it's
for
a
you.
fucking stop stick, man. That's
Who's
for
going to
sure.
bring it up first?
Well, I got it right here.
There's 2 more links after that. I didn't click them.
No, it's not that big.
It's fucking big.
Whatever.
I can't get it to go away now.
My lovely wife Casey is here as well, looking at huge black penises.
Hello.
And Will, as if you thought he would be doing anything else, the King of Sting, the Kiddie Corner Wil, and newly named Angry Will,
Oh, yeah. I hate all movies.
looking at. So Will's here.
Who
How you
named
doing?
him Angry Will?
Me.
Oh,
Just
okay.
now.
I gave him all his nickname. No, I called him Angry Will last
Well, I'm sure
week.
he's going to like this one.
We'll see what happens. Yeah, so we're talking about the movie Mallrats. It's a Kevin Smith movie. And Kevin Smith, big in the podcast world. He's a ass kicking fucking podcast guy.
Did you know most of the clips were of him?
No, I didn't. I did not know that.
Yeah.
I didn't pay attention. I really didn't. But
Well, he
anyway,
has all the best lines in the movie. So
Kevin Smith.
yeah.
He doesn't talk in the goddamn. Oh, god damn it! Did you just show me a huge black penis? You son of a bitch! God damn it! You just fucking got me with one of my own kind of things.
Touche.
Son of a bitch! Son of a bitch! But yes, it's been a good. We got a show in Fort Worth. Bowling Pursuit played a show at the Aardvark in Fort Worth, and we haven't played there in years. And man, it was awesome. I mean, just playing like a sold out 550 person room is there's just a fucking electricity in that. That's just so cool.
I'm so pissed that I didn't go because I wanted to play the whole, my family owns this place. And I'm like,
Aardvark.
who are you? And I'm like, my last name's Vark. What do you fucking think it is?
It didn't even dawn. I didn't even get
Yeah,
that.
that didn't hit me.
I
yet.
got it.
You're right. You're right, buddy?
Yeah, you don't have to edit that yawn out. I'm tired. I am. But I'm gonna fucking kick this podcast right in the ding ding. Right? Provided that it doesn't look like that one we just looked at.
Yeah, you don't want to fuck with that thing.
No.
All right. So anyway, Rich, I don't apologize for that trick,
It was fucking hilarious.
but yeah, it did work out really good.
It made for a good story anyway.
I mean, I just would have never. You of all people, who send links and shit all the time, like I just would have never thought that you wouldn't click on the link. But
I definitely got the balls eclipse
I got that thing fucking 25 times.
25
I'm
times.
still
easily.
getting that shit.
Yeah.
Somebody just sent me that today. It's like, dude, the eclipse was kind of a long time ago. Well, guys, I do want to welcome you guys to the program again. This is one of my favorite movies ever. I want to thank our new supporters. Our supporters come from the website Patreon. It's pretty cool. I mean, you're basically supporting creators on there. People that, if you like podcasts, and there's music creators on there. All kinds of different things. I want to take a second before I do that, though. Let me even back up a little further. I want to thank the Dallas Morning News for an awesome article that they put out. The famous Jay on Twitter,
Jay Betzel.
Jay Betzel, came in, sat in with us on a podcast. Or did he come in twice?
Yeah,
He came in twice. Well, the first time he was coming in, it was already scheduled to do an interview with us. So he had listened to the podcast, wanted to do an article about us.
Yep.
And then somehow he got us Marshall Teague.
Yeah.
And so because Marshall was there, he kind of sat on the sidelines and didn't really get involved and ask questions because there was so much going on. So he just came back for another one. I can't remember what it was. Pulp Fiction that he came back
That was
for?
it. Yeah, Pulp Fiction. But Marshall Teague, of course.
Roadhouse.
Right.
So, and then they sent Jason Janik out last week.
Young Guns.
For the Young Guns podcast, and he took some pictures, and I think he captured the images are great. And anyway, it's always nice to get.
Article came out Tuesday of this last week.
Check it out on Dallas Morning News. You can go to their entertainment section into the archive, and it's really well written. It's nice. It's nice when things like that happen. So I want to thank them. They've been a great supporter of Bowling for Soup through the years as well, and can never get too much. All press is good press, Rich.
Sure.
You know that?
Sure.
But again, going back to our supporters come to us through Patreon. It's a super cool site. Go check it out. You can find us on there by just searching for Jaret Goes to the Movies. Our new supporters this week are Kirsty. Are plentiful, yeah. Kirsty Fisher for $5, Jared Spear for $20, Mike Breton. He went up from $1 to $20.
Wow.
That's amazing.
That's dedication.
Sione went up from $10 to $20. And our big announcement is, when Rich and I were designing our Patreon site, there was a few things that we put on there that, I was just like, we just stick this on there and it kind of looks like something that nobody would ever do. Well, so we put two things on there to where if you pledged $100, you would be our corporate vice president.
Yeah.
Well, our good friend Tim Toole, who you guys have known, who was our neighbor, used to be Tim Toole, my neighbor, no longer Tim Toole, my neighbor. We call him Seattle Tim now.
Like literally now.
But Seattle Tim, he became our vice president. Well, literally without even telling me, Rich, I don't know even how I figured it out, but I go, and then I said, so again, then all of a sudden there's this Matt Cardosi. And he's a VP. And so I text Rich, I go, do we really have two fucking vice presidents now?
There's only 2 slots for this level of support.
Okay.
So Tim, out of nowhere, just jumps on it. It's probably because he saw it written in the article, and he was like, oh, cool, I can get myself some press.
Well, actually, I've got Tim on the phone.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so Tim, why did what made you jump in and do this? I mean, shit, you just were over here drinking my beer for free for so long. I mean, what made you...
I don't know. It sounds like a cool job to me.
Okay.
Well,
totally. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
So go ahead. Yeah.
All right. And then, where was I?
Well, okay, so then Tim did it, and then Matt... Because the thing was...
So Tim did it, and then not even hours later, Matt did it, and he wasn't even a previous supporter.
That's
well,
amazing.
neither was Tim, but anyway. Yeah. But so, and I actually sent him an email and go, I actually sent both of them an email saying, look, are you serious? Because, we're going to work you into the show and everything.
Right.
And they're like, they both said, yeah. But Matt said he had been eyeing that level of support for a while now. And then when he saw Tim take one of the spots, he was like, oh shit, I don't want to lose the second spot. So then that's why he jumped on it.
I felt like a kid watching this for the first time.
Yeah.
So we're going to work them into the show. And
we will be hearing from them a lot. So a lot of times they will phone in. They've got a direct line into our earphones. They can correct us at any time. They can settle arguments.
That's right.
We can...
Yo!
Yeah, Tim, what's up, dude? So how are things up in Seattle?
This is the podcast.
That is true. This is the podcast.
I feel like he never really answers your questions when you ask
Fuck
him.
you, Rich.
Yeah, I mean, he's fucking tries.
Well, yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, Tim, is it...
he has that down.
Is it hot up there?
No.
Oh, okay. Well, you planning on coming down anytime soon? Or?
No.
So are you serious about this whole, being our VP and all that?
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Well, thank you to Tim and Matt, our two new corporate vice presidents. And
let me just say one thing about Tim Toole. I mean, I've given him a little static every once in a while, but I just want to say that he is a fantastic guy and he smells great. Thank you so much, sir, for supporting us.
Yeah.
And may the sucking up begin.
So once again, this is now a Tim Toole and Matt Cardosi production. Our executive producers do include Tim Toole and Matt Cardosi. They also include David Murray, Ashley C., Sheila Ray Wonder, Wendy Croft, and I did mail her shit this week. By the way.
Wait.
Yeah.
Did Did Will mail her
This
shit?
is where it gets crazy. So Will was going to mail her a newspaper. And I was like, hey, I got to do this thing at the same time. And so I got the newspaper from Will, and I fucking mailed it all.
You mailed it?
I mailed it.
All right, I give you double credit for that.
Yeah, thanks.
Wendy's actually mentioned in the article.
Yeah, she is.
right.
And she did a quote, which was really nice.
Super nice.
David Dooley, who celebrated his 50th birthday at the Aardvark show the other night. Diane Small, Big Chris Whitehead, Lucy Murray, front row at the Aardvark the other night. Rodon James, who will be buying me a beer in just a few short weeks in the United Kingdom. Eddie Weiss, Lisa Wenzel, Sean Umbeck, Joe Robinson, Nigel Watson, who you will see later on in the show. Not see, you will hear. Greg Pascal, Chris Holt, who stood us the fuck up tonight. Tyler McCullough, Mark Ryan, Sweet Hirsch, Josh Millman, Jason Randall, also Zaldor, Les Saluski, Katie Morgan, Jared Spear, Mike Breton, and Sione Griffiths. Thank you guys so very much for being so awesome and making this show possible.
We did get clarification from Katie Morgan herself.
Oh.
She is not the porn star.
Okay. All right. got it.
Just to clear that up.
All right.
Yet.
Well, yeah.
She's still young.
You know, and here's one thing to point out. I realize if you listen to the first part of the show and you hear me say all this stuff and all these names every week, and you're like, it's so boring. Like, what are you just, what,
When is that ever boring?
Well, for me, here's the thing.
We always squeeze in a joke or two.
Well, I
in that list.
also need to make it clear that we have not taken a penny out of any of these funds personally ever.
Nope.
It has all gone into equipment. We just bought a new computer. We're finally getting close to being able to live stream all the time. I mean, it's awesome. It supports the show. But Rich pays for his own gas coming over here. Will has worn out 4 pairs of shoes walking across the street.
I paid for the Ethernet cable. It was like $50.
Oh, that's
Paid
right.
for the Ethernet cable.
That is true.
Jesus Christ.
We need to reimburse him.
Yeah,
I should be like a supporter.
we certainly do. Well,
All right, I'll give you access to the outtakes.
Yay.
so anyway, thank you guys for listening to the first part of the show. Because, here's the thing. Like, it's the same thing as any other podcast you listen to. I could be talking about fucking Blue Apron or the fucking the job thing that sponsors over here, fucking Audible or whatever the hell.
But then they'll tell us we can't use the word fuck so much. Or
Right.
Talk about vagina or raping. I mean, we don't want that.
Nobody
I still
wants
don't
that.
think we do that.
No.
Yeah, I still don't think we need to do the
So we, okay.
RAPEING. Let's do not talk about that.
All right, let's just blanket statement. No one should rape anybody,
What we believe,
right?
here-
Can we all agree
I
on
agree
that?
with that.
We agree on
No
this.
raping.
No raping.
Got it.
No.
Okay, got it.
On this podcast, we've declared it.
Well, I mean, even on other podcasts, they shouldn't rape on those podcasts
Jesus
either.
Christ.
Which one?
Mallrats, 1995. Both dumped by their girlfriends. 2 best friends seek refuge in the local mall. It's a simple synopsis,
Right.
but I'm sure that Rich has one
A little
prepared
less
for us as well.
Over to Rich for his alternative synopsis.
Mallrats. Kevin Smith technicolors all the film from the clerk's cutting room floor and does the best he can to edit together a movie about teenagers hanging out in a mall by loosely using the plot from The Burbs.
Well, we know where he stands on this one.
I don't think they were teenagers. I think they were 20-somethings.
Yeah, I
Whatever.
think that's kind of the point.
Well,
I mean,
that one
they're-
girl was 16 and he got arrested for it.
15.
Yeah, she was 15. So, the thing about this one is, and Casey said it, as it starts, she's like, how is he pulling clips from this? This is
Right.
like all Kevin Smith movies. It's all about the dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, it really does. It's not the acting, obviously.
It's definitely not the
Definitely not the acting. And you go into this thing and you know that, going into these first several, Clerks 2, Mallrats, even Chasing Amy. Is it Chasing Amy? I mean, even that one, the acting is bad.
Yeah.
But you sort of just, that's part of it, but the dialogue is written so well, even when it's not delivered well. You again, I've probably seen this movie realistically.
This is your favorite Kevin Smith movie?
This is my favorite Kevin Smith movie for sure.
Oh, okay.
But if I've probably seen this movie 50 times, and
Have you seen Dogma?
Yeah, I like Dogma.
And then Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back?
I never did see that one.
Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah.
I like Dogma and that movie. And then Clerks was a pinnacle movie.
Clerks was great because it was like, hey, these dudes made this movie at night, and it's at a convenience. You know what I mean?
Like the acting was bad in that, but the dialogue was so different, and I don't know. It made you think so much about the discussions that they're having.
Right.
The intellectual slacker.
This one just felt like... this one had its good moments.
If it's possible, though, in the acting is actually 10 times worse in Clerks. If that's mathematically possible.
Yeah, but I mean, we're at the bottom of the barrel either way.
We are definitely not.
Yeah, it's not good acting
in the best. I mean, even seasoned actors that are in this movie aren't good in it. Because,
agreed, yeah.
But it's hard. This is why, though, I think.
But I just think the conversations in Clerks were much better than the conversations. They had a couple good ones in here that I was like, that's really good. Yeah. I mean, definitely. And anything with Jay in it, Jay and Silent Bob, was amazing.
But you have to really forgive the acting when that happens, because Jay can't act his way out of a fucking box.
I think he's the best actor in the movie.
Yeah.
Well, what about the fortune teller? She was an awesome actress.
Oh, well.
She was amazing, actually. That's the girl from Three's Company.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely disagree. Jay's he's literally the worst. I mean, there's a reason he doesn't have a fucking career. He can't act.
That's funny because I said I can't believe he has a career, but I assumed it was for Jack. But it's not that he can act. I just want to see him. I could see him for 2 hours.
See him, but it's his dialogue.
He's not acting. That
he's
is
being him. Yeah, you're exactly right.
I don't disagree, but Ben is never acting. He's always being himself too.
The thing is, though, is what I noticed on this one was, especially, and there's like the first really big Shannon Doherty monologue where she talks about going in the bathroom and crying and all of that. So Kevin Smith uses dialogue a lot to set up backstory and how he got here. And obviously, I realize that's what you have to do. You only have an hour and a half to type. But, I mean, a lot happens in that first scene. And obviously, we'll get to that in just a minute. But I just want to complete my thought. Even her as being, she's a decent actress. I mean, she's been in a lot of shit, whatever. Like, I like Shannon Doherty, fine. But there's just so much fucking dialogue. And so much dialogue that it's non-traditional stuff. It's like you've got it's not just like hit these words like you ordinarily would in normal conversations, because it's like Casey said, I don't remember how she put it, but she just goes, these are like loser kids with like the greatest grammar of all time. It's
right.
Because of the way that it's written. It's written so well.
This will be totally hyperbolic, but it's almost like modern Shakespeare. Like, people didn't talk like Shakespeare.
Right, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Good call. Yeah.
But it's interesting. Like, I do have like nerdy, dorky friends that are well read, and they do speak like this.
Because of this movie, probably.
Yeah. I mean, because I will say that this movie makes me say certain things. It's like, it appears to be a stage being erected or whatever like that. That's something that I really would say that now because of this shit, and again, we'll get into more of that. So I did mention that this movie does star Shannon Doherty. She's actually first billed in this, and they didn't go alphabetically.
I have a little clip for her. In 1999, Doherty was diagnosed with Crohn's disease. Following this, in 2005, she was diagnosed with breast cancer that has spread everywhere in her entire body. To fight the cancer, she underwent surgery, chemotherapy, and radiotherapy. Is that how you say that?
Radiation therapy?
No, it just says radiotherapy.
Right.
They probably made announced that. Since then, she has announced that the cancer is in remission, although she's not currently acting. Can you imagine, though? She had it all in her entire
And Crohn's
body.
disease is brutal.
Sounds tough.
Yeah, we talked about Crohn's disease and like the seeds and shit last time. Somebody even hit me up on Twitter.
Yeah, I saw that too. How do you know that seeds cause that though?
Well, you just like when you start.
Like, what does that feel like?
Any sort of IBS, like any sort of irritable bowel thing or whatever. Like,
because I have to poop and I get diarrhea. Does that mean I have Crohn's disease? I mean,
no.
How do you know?
No. Well, I mean, there would be blood in the stool and like some cramping and things like that.
Isn't Crohn's disease like an inflammation of your intestines?
Yeah, and they're all there. So there's, I think it's Hodgkin's disease. What I have is ulcerative colitis. And this girl was talking about this one that we're talking about, but I actually just looked this up. Radiotherapy. Patient is forced to listen to Nickelback for hours on end, and apparently it works 98% of the time.
Yeah.
So it's,
I'm not even sure I've heard a Nickelback song before.
you've fucking totally heard a Nickelback song.
How you remind me.
Yeah, this is how you it'd be not like you say sorry. Got to put them on the sucking barry.
Nope.
What about that one where he goes down on the girl or she goes down on him or something?
But how about that? Look at this photograph.
Nope.
You know, and what the hell is
do you
on
listen to?
Joey's head?
How do you listen to anything? You just
I've been
MP3s?
I've been listening
Smiths.
to the same MP3s I've had since like 1997. I think.
What are the?
I say ugh, but so do I.
I want to be a rock star.
I added some Bowling for Soup songs recently.
Fuck yeah, you did. That's such a good thing to do. I don't. It's listen. Here's the thing. We do songs that make you want to exercise, not us. Yeah, so that's the thing is like people are just like, man, I just love listening to your stuff at the gym.
It's weird because all I want to do is drink alcohol when I listen.
Well, there's two things. There's two things we're good at. We're good at giving you a little motivation once you're on the treadmill, and we're good at making those beers go down real easy. We are good at both those things. Jeremy London plays T.S. Quint in this. Now, I get him mixed up with this other actor named Jason London. You get those two mixed up?
Well, they're twins.
Motherfucker. Are you serious?
They're identical twins.
I did not know that. That's weird. So this isn't the guy from Dazed and Confused?
No.
I am so dazed and confused by that.
But the girl that played Chasing Amy girl, Joey, was in both movies as girlfriends of both those guys.
That is absolutely true.
I think this guy was in Party of Five, right?
So
no, the other one.
Oh, it's the other one?
Let me give you...
How would I know?
Let me give you a little rundown for that.
IMDb.
Well, the other one is a better actor than this one.
Do you think so?
Yeah, this one was the worst actor in the movie.
Well, this one's real bad in this. The other one's good in
Jason?
Dazed and Confused. And Jason versus... they did that movie Jason versus Jeremy or whatever. One of them's like the guy from Halloween or some shit, and the other one's the guy from Friday the 13th.
Yeah, you got that right.
I saw that. All right, twins, Jeremy and Jason London. In the 90s, they were both getting movie offers like crazy. Jason broke out in Dazed and Confused. Jeremy gains fame in Party of Five and Seventh Heaven. So that's the first thing that happened.
Yeah.
After moving to rehab in 1993 and losing sister Deidre to a car accident, Jeremy finds himself hitting the party scene and experimenting with pot, heroin, ecstasy, and eventually prescription pills.
They should have redone like The Parent Trap, but made them the parents.
God damn it, that would have been genius.
That would have been genius.
He actually got written off of Seventh Heaven because of the drugs and stuff like that.
Wow.
He ended up getting married.
That's this guy from this movie?
That is this one. That is Jeremy. So this is the other one.
No, it's the other one.
He entered rehab.
Why are we talking about this guy? He's not in the movie.
I know.
Well, I'm giving you the rundown of the two twins because there's a reason why that I actually went to read all this stuff is because honestly, if you think about one, it's like, oh, is that the one that's in this or in this? So the Party of Five guy, like TV guy, Dazed and Confused guy, is the one that has all the fucking issues. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so then Jeremy got involved in a bizarre kidnapping. He had all kinds of... Yeah, I mean, it's fucking crazy, man.
Wow.
They did actually end up pleading guilty, and so he felt vindicated. And...
he felt vindicated after he pled guilty?
No, I think he got kidnapped. That's what I'm saying. Yeah, it's a whole fucking thing.
Wow.
Anyway, apparently, Jason, now 40, just got in a bar fight in Scottsdale, Arizona. And his mugshot is fucking awesome.
Is that two black eyes?
Yeah, it's two black eyes.
It's not the same thing. I was like, who are these black guys?
Yeah. All right. No, Jason.
I have a picture of one of them. Here, let me show it to you.
All right, Jason Lee is in this. Man, here's the thing about Jason Lee. I've said it over and over again. He just yells his lines.
In the elevator was driving me crazy.
It's just, and in this one, everything ends up with the song. It's always that.
I forgive him. I mean, this was early in their career. They probably weren't even actors. They were friends of Kevin Smith. You know what I mean?
Probably right.
So I completely forgave him. What I didn't forgive was Kevin Smith's setup of all the scenes. That's where it bothered me the most.
Right. Well,
the elevator hijinks where, Ben Affleck doesn't realize that the elevator opened. Little things like that. It's like, come on, you should have known better on that. A better way to say it. But again, this is his second movie, and he's not even a real movie.
Right.
I mean, it's sort of I guess it is his first real movie. Didn't he get funded for this one? He didn't do it on his own like he did
It's kind of
Clerks.
supposed to be silly, though. You know what I mean?
It's a studio movie.
I don't know.
It was a studio. So as a studio movie, I would expect them to not be so blatantly student film about it. But it's nitpicking. It's early. I get it. I understand why everyone loves it. There are definitely elements in the movie that I enjoyed. But you definitely roll your eyes and laugh a little at the at the setups and the acting and the why are they doing this in the first place kind of thing.
Well, currently Jason Lee is actually seen a lot around Denton and has a house around here in Denton,
Right.
Texas. You were saying he has a part in a bar that's around.
Boards,
Barley. Something.
barley and board,
Yeah, something like that.
something like that. Yeah.
So that brings us to Claire Furlani. She's been in stuff that I didn't realize because I haven't seen
Meet
it.
Joe Black
Yeah,
with Brad Pitt. That's where I first saw her.
Meet Joe Black, and she was in The Rock, Mystery Men.
Wait, she was in The Rock?
She was, yeah, and
Was she the wife?
I believe the wrestler The Rock has been inside her.
Oh,
I actually just made that up.
Is she the wife from The Rock? Oh, is she the daughter?
I will tell you that right now.
She's the daughter.
yeah, she had to have been. It was a long time ago.
Yeah, that was 96, so it would have been the year after.
I think she was the daughter of of Sean Connery. That's what it was.
It does, yeah, she is.
She's been doing a lot of TV, like CSI type shows. Hasn't
Yeah, she has been on a bunch of television as well. So, but yeah, she's a pretty girl. Ben Affleck is in this now. A lot of people don't realize Ben Affleck has actually been acting for quite a while. He's been in a bunch of movies. He is now Spider-Man. And there's been a lot of controversy behind that.
Spider-Man's that DC comic?
Spider-Man is it's actually a WB comic. It's a Warner Brothers situation. Actually, I don't really know. Anyway, Ben Affleck, who, him and Matt Damon, good friends, do a lot of movies. I don't hate Ben Affleck. In fact, it's like, a lot of people hate him. I don't hate him. That one movie where
I don't like him personally. I like
Because you
him
know
as
him
a director.
personally.
Yes.
No, right.
I like him as a director,
Right.
and I like him in some things he directs himself in. The Town
right.
is excellent.
Don't you feel like until the whole Benifer thing fucking happened, he was fine? Like, really? I'm serious. Like, till the whole, just the press.
Which
and
one?
The Lopez one. The Jennifer Lopez one.
one?
Not
The official Benifer.
Which one?
Nice. The official Benifer. So when he was with Jennifer Lopez, to me, it's like, I don't know. That's when I feel like everyone kind of started disliking the guy. I mean, he doesn't really smile a lot.
Back-
I thought it was Geely.
A Jersey Girl, right?
Oh yeah,
Wasn't
that was
that-
supposed to be like the worst movie that was ever made.
I thought it was Geely, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Jersey Girl wasn't much better.
Yeah, Jersey Girl was what's his
Jennifer
name?
Lopez.
No, it was a Kevin Smith movie.
Yeah. That is
Yeah.
true.
Okay. That one Ben
That
Affleck
is a
movie,
fact.
though, that I really liked that I didn't think I would was the one where he.
Argo?
Yes, that one
That
was,
was a good movie.
fucking
Yeah, it was good.
great.
He directed that too. He
Yeah.
got an Academy Award for it.
I
right?
really liked it. Obviously, I liked Good Will Hunting as well.
I really like Good Will Hunting.
Was he in that?
Yeah.
He was like
He was the friend.
The friend that he just wishes that he goes
and
to the
Casey Affleck.
Yeah.
He and Matt Damon wrote the script together.
I
Did
haven't
you know
seen
that
in a long time.
Did you know that Casey Affleck and Ben Affleck, they're brothers?
Yeah, I did know that.
And you know what? Good for Casey Affleck for, hanging on and just being his little brother for a while. But
Casey Affleck is the better actor.
Oh,
he
for
actually
sure.
got into some good shit. He's in like Ocean's 11, right? He's in that whole thing, and he's been in a bunch of stuff. But good for that guy. He's an Academy Award winner now.
Manchester by the Sea.
I'll watch anything with Casey Affleck.
Yeah, he's good.
He's a really good actor.
Joey Lauren Adams is in this. You can fucking say all you want that you think her voice is annoying, but you're stupid. I fucking love it.
Why would I say that?
Because I like it.
Oh, okay.
That's who I'm talking about, right? The girl with the crazy voice. Is that who that is?
Yes.
Is there something wrong with her voice?
Yeah, it's just high pitched and shit.
Oh, okay.
That she shows her boobies in this movie.
She has the perfect voice.
The one in the
did?
dressing room.
Yeah.
She showed her boobs? Oh, yeah, for
He
like a
busts through the
split
wall.
second. That's
She
right.
has the perfect voice for me where if you're in like a crowded room, I could hear her.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she's never going to get away from you. Yeah, we can go to this party. That's fine. Just don't stop fucking talking. Jason Mewes, who Rich thinks is the greatest actor that's ever lived, plays Jay. And
Snoopy Woobies.
Snoopy, I fucking say Snoochie Boochies all the fucking time. And I mean,
Is that just something he just
Yes.
always has said and just they
Yes.
just made it into the movie?
they made it into a thing. Well, so Snoochie Boochies was a thing, and then but then obviously they took it to the next level in this one because he Snoochie Boochies, Brody Luccies, or whatever the fuck. It just kept happening or whatever. But his best line, of course, is "Fly, fat ass, fly." Fucking love that shit. Ethan Suplee is in this movie. Oh, he plays William. So he would then later on go and be in My Name is Earl with Jason Lee.
Yeah, right.
I looked
He's
for the,
great.
I
love him.
looked for the clip, but he did one time sing High School Never Ends while they were sitting in a truck during the show. And he was wearing his little Walkman headphones, and he's going, oh, 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 oh. And,
What movie?
and that was pretty cool. No, and My Name's Earl in the
okay.
show. And that's always cool. Stan Lee, who me and Casey thought we saw on an airplane one time, is totally a fucking completely different dude. You know what I was thinking about as we were watching this today? And again, this kind of shit catches up with you. It's that whole fucking thing that you call the triangle. But as we're watching
The
it,
inverted triangle.
it's so weird because we were watching this today, and I'm like, I remember seeing this in '95 and thinking, God damn, Stan Lee's old. That was fucking 22 years ago.
He looked good in this movie.
He looked great in this. He probably really wasn't even that old in this movie.
He did have a hairpiece.
Yeah. Well,
For sure.
he had just got back from Singapore, and he did get herpes. And he got back, and they got rid of the hairpiece. Priscilla Barnes.
I didn't know where he was going with that one.
I
till
got
the
it.
end.
Yeah. No.
So Priscilla Barnes is in this. My favorite of all the Three's Company roommates. Couldn't believe when I was in 1995, I was actually seeing her breasts. It was fucking awesome.
Finally.
It was like, I can't believe this is really happening. And they just kind of stay out.
There's
Yeah.
no T-shirt to block it.
My God,
Right.
it wasn't just a brief glimpse.
Yeah.
They were characters.
I mean, just exactly. Had their own scene. My claim to fame with her is one time we were playing the Sundance Film Festival, and we ate breakfast next to her.
nice.
Oh, really?
That's all I got on that. Michael Rooker, who I thought you would be excited to see in this.
I was
Yeah.
until he started acting.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, he's come
It
a long
was
way.
Bad.
You know, it's so
one's
funny
he?
because I remember like when I started
Dad.
the game show host or the creator or whatever. But it's funny because when he started popping up in stuff, like when he popped up in Walking Dead or whatever, he or
I
in,
mean, he was amazing in Walking.
he's amazing. He's amazing in that. What's that? Oh, I have to retort on something that I was asked during one of our riddle me this things random movie talk.
Right.
Or one of our random movie talk. I was asked what my favorite movie was of the year so far. And all I could think of was that I'd seen was kids' movies. But no, I like that Guardians of the Galaxy 2.
Oh, yeah.
That's my favorite movie that I've seen this year. And I wanted to retort on that. So he is, but I did really, really like Spider-Man since then. I've seen that and I liked it a lot.
Still haven't seen it yet.
It's good.
I'm going to wait for DVD.
But he's great in that as well, as
DVD.
being the...
I was about to say, I'm like, you fucking go get a DVD.
No.
But it's a hell of a cast for a guy who wrote one movie with brilliant dialogue and made it himself night.
The Clerks, I think, got buzz. The dialogue in The Clerks got him enough buzz to get him the studio movie with famous actors. Unfortunately...
the studio didn't want that Jason, what's his name?
Lee?
No,
Jason Mewes.
Mewes. They didn't want him to play that character. They actually had Seth Green queued up to be him.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
That would have been weird.
Yeah, because he already
Yeah.
was that character in another fucking movie.
But it's fucking...
It literally says Jay and Silent Bob in titles in Clerks.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. Do you want to making fuck berserker? So fucking good.
How do you replace him? How did he win the argument?
Kevin Smith.
They made him audition people, and they agreed he was the best person to play that.
Yeah,
role.
absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, again, that's
he
him.
makes it.
He had to have created that character on his own.
Well, in the middle of her 700th lap, this embolism popped in her brain and she dropped dead. Right in mid-backstroke.
She's fucking dead?
And then her sister told her parents why she was doing all the laps, and it got back to my father, and oh shit, T.S., he's really pissed at you. I mean, it's awful about Julie's death, and now he doesn't even have a female contestant for his show.
Well, can't you calm him down or something?
Well, I've done that.
Oh, thank God. How?
Well, I told him I'd do the show.
Oh, good. What? Oh, wait a minute. No. We're leaving for Florida.
T.S., I can't go.
No.
I've gotta stay here.
I've got something planned for Florida. No, we gotta go.
So,
Do another take. That's all I'm saying.
yeah, no, I totally get it. Because there are times where you could tell, like, even with her, she's obviously a better actor than he is. But, because his lines are bad. I mean, like, she's fucking dead is so unbelievable. It's just, yeah, because we got to go to Florida and we're supposed to go here.
So this little part's mentioned in Clerks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so in Clerks, you remember where they go to the funeral parlor and they knock the body over and have to run away?
Is that Clerks 2?
No, the first Clerks.
Okay.
That's her, this girl that died in the pool.
No shit.
Oh, no
This
way.
movie takes place one day before Clerks.
Oh.
Fucking
Interesting.
awesome.
Wait, so the
Except-
guy on the game show is going to be the...
Yeah, he cuts his hair. And
No,
he gets
he's
hired at the. Oh,
he's
no.
not Dante or whatever. He's a different guy. But yeah, that's funny. I back to the so as we get to the argument of once we switch over to the next scene and we've got Jason Lee and Shannon Doherty.
And I'm sorry, before we move on, the jacket that he was wearing in this scene at the car,
Yeah.
I have that jacket in my closet right now.
Nice.
It's
Why
in
didn't
my
you wear
closet. Oh, I should have. Damn it.
Because
Fuck, I didn't even think about that.
It's fucking summer.
It's literally the same jacket. It
I'm
has
ju-
the same cut and slits everywhere, and the pockets are exactly the same. I haven't worn it in 10 years, but still, it's in my closet.
Wait, hold on.
Today could have been the day.
I gotta put this out there. I would have interrupted you for that too.
Okay. And then the other thing is, I don't know if you guys caught this. She looks just like Renee Zellweger in Jerry Maguire, except she's got brown hair. Like the style, the jeans she's wearing, the little short sweater that she's wearing that shows her belly. It's the same fucking thing. She looks
just the
just like
time,
Zane.
though.
So, well, I'm just saying, when you look at her and then you look at Rosanna, they look exactly this. Like she has the same body type as her. They have a little bit different face, but it's pretty similar. And then they just have different color hair. That's all I got.
Okay. That one maybe not worth interrupting me for, but the jacket thing was right.
Definitely, yeah.
I've always loved the line, but because you're always in the goddamn bathroom. What the hell are you doing in there? It's just, well, I'm crying. Yeah, what? And then just his excuse for needing to finish the Sega game. Like, do you know it's 8-2 in the second period? Do you know how this happens like twice in a lifetime?
I know.
I'm so glad you don't play video games.
Yeah, I don't play
That
video
makes me
games.
I
happy.
would love to. I mean, I really like playing video. I just can't.
I've dated boys that were like really played video games. And it's the fucking worst.
I just
ever.
think about all the things I could be doing when I'm playing, and I'm just like, what am I doing?
Yeah.
I got shit to do.
They are fun. I mean, it's
But
like
nowadays they take way too much time. You have to really freaking get into it. It takes way too much time.
Yeah, I learned when I was about 17 the severity of just unplugging the game in the middle of it.
Oh,
Shit,
damn.
don't do that.
Apparently, that's a thing.
You didn't get to the save point.
yeah.
You
That's
didn't get to
Yeah.
the save point.
Well, we had to get fucking somewhere else besides the fucking couch.
Oh, wait. I got a story.
okay.
This was not too long ago. It was after my divorce.
Which one?
The first one. And I was looking for, when you're depressed about something, you look for ways, little things that can make you happy, so that you can find, so they're like little steps that you take. You're like, oh, this makes me happy, and this makes me happy, and that gets you out of the depression. At least that's my thing. So one of those things was buying DVDs. I bought like 3 or 4 DVDs every single weekend, and I would watch those movies, and I'd get lost in those movies, and that would get me to the next weekend, and so on. The other way was I found this stupid video game that I just thought was so enjoyable to play. It's called Counter-Strike.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I like Counter-Strike.
Counter-Strike's awesome. So, and this was like right after, it was the first Counter-Strike source, I think it was. Game nerds will know what that means. And so I started playing this, and then I found out that you could join a club online where you play it with a group of people every, couple times a week, and it's the same guys, and you're on this thing called TeamSpeak, and you get on there and you can talk to each other. And it's like a social club, and you're just playing the stupid video game.
But it's all with 14-year-old boys.
I mean, not all of them. There was actually older than me also, but I mean, it's all types. But anyway, I'm not excusing my age playing. Although I was 30.
You're in a 14-year-old boy club.
I was 30,
Continue.
but still. So I got and so the being a part of this club, you had to show up at a certain time of the week, like 2 or 3 times a week, to play scrimmages with them, and otherwise they'll kick you out if you're not going to show up. So I fucking scheduled a date the same time that one of these scrimmages were. Oh, damn. And so I went and met her at the bar, and then I realized what time it was, and I went, oh shit, I'm supposed to be playing this.
You told her?
I did. I go, I'm supposed to be playing this video game. I'm so sorry. I have to leave,
left?
but I'll be back in an hour.
Oh, Jesus.
Did she stay?
She stayed.
No,
Oh
she
my
didn't.
God.
No, listen to this. She stayed. I came back. She goes, wow, I didn't even think you were going to come back. I was sitting here talking to the bartender the whole time going, there's no way he's coming back. And she was just drinking. And she was like, and then we had a pretty awesome date. And then we went home and had sex.
Oh, my God.
You didn't even bring her home while you played the video
And
game?
we dated for 6 months.
Rich,
That is insane.
you literally had it all that night. Literally.
Didn't we have it all?
I had 2 friends in middle school that got so sucked into Counter-Strike that they had it's like they almost had like a weight swap. One of them was like a little skinny kid, and one of them was a chubby kid, and one of them got so hopped up on Adderall and Ball's energy drinks while fucking playing these things, and then the other one just sat there fucking just shoving Cheetos in his face for a whole summer. Like they both came to school the next year, and one was super chubby and the other one was super skinny.
It's addictive. It really was, especially when Source just first came out. But anyway, I'm sorry.
Didn't we almost have it all? I was going to sing that to you, too. And then you bursted in and fucked up the lyrics. It's all good. It's fine. No, just leave the singing to me. Fucking sold a bunch of records. That is a really fucking amazing story. I mean, that is like actually unbelievable. It's fucking hard to believe.
I don't even know why I did it. Like, thinking back on it, I was like, why did you fucking do that? It was stupid as hell.
That reminds me of one time where I took...
But that's why she slept with me, by the way.
I took this girl to a club, and she totally met this guy that she knew, and they danced together all night, and then I drove them back to her apartment.
No, you didn't.
And they went upstairs, and I left.
Oh, my God.
I definitely...
Do you guys
left
know
the bar with Jaret whenever I went to the bar with somebody else the first time we ever
Yeah, it
hung
was
out.
Will.
Yeah, but you weren't on a
You just
date,
forgot
though.
what he
You
looked
weren't
like.
dating the guy, right? Not the guy that
He
followed us
wanted to
home.
be dating.
Oh, but okay. All right.
Casey?
Well, fuck that guy. No, wait, don't.
I didn't.
Good.
That's Matt Cardosi.
I
Don't tell me.
I went to your house.
No, you know, one of our new vice presidents, Mr. Tim Toole, actually met his wife. This is a true story. He was like 21, and they were like 18, and they didn't have a car and couldn't buy alcohol and shit. So he drove his friend and his wife and Tim's now wife Marta on their date. Like took them around to all, and he was basically their chauffeur for the night. And she ends up falling for him, and basically fucking wrecked.
So kind of like my story.
It's exactly like your story, only Tim Toole's a winner.
It's true.
I'm sorry, that was fucking mean. don't know if I've ever said anything mean to Will before.
It hurt everybody's feelings at the same time.
Have I ever said anything mean to you before?
Nobody's meet their wife story is better than his anyway. Like,
oh my, yeah, your meet the wife story is way better.
Consolation prize.
My meet the wife story is the best, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Which one?
The only one.
Oh, that's right. Gotcha.
Interesting.
Okay, Chris Holt not answering now. Totally fine. All right, he is not answering. We can't get a Holt to Chris Holt. What? Come on, who says that? We may have to just go. I'm not getting anything from Chris Holt at all. Not getting any Skypes.
He didn't answer his thing either.
What's up, Nigel?
Hello.
How you doing, man?
Yeah, not bad, you?
Fantastic. A little bit tired. Been a long day today. But hanging in there. Trying to get Chris Holt on the line. I'm not sure if it's going to happen or not.
Okay.
But, so you may have already won. I'm yawning a lot right now because I'm getting warmed up for the big show. That's what's happening. Yeah. So I'm not, I mean, I fucking feel like I'm throwing it in your face because it's like for you, it's,
hello,
fucking 2:30 in the morning.
You're live.
Yeah, it's the boss. Hey, Jared, how many beers have you had?
I've had none. I had beers earlier today. So,
how many? How many?
How many did I have earlier today?
Yeah.
I don't know, because probably 7.
7? Those are rookie numbers. Rookie numbers. I need at least 14. At least 14 beers before you start the podcast.
Right. I got it.
Is that Mr. Tool?
Yeah, that's the fucking boss beers. Calling in.
Hello, Mr. Tool.
That's right.
How are you today, sir?
14 beers.
As we, so we'll be announcing this on the show later, Nigel, but Tim is now executive producer of the show. Along with Mark and that guy.
Matt. His name's Matt.
Along with Matt.
Matt, yes, get it right.
Yeah,
Matt.
Sorry, buddy. Sorry, boss. And so they'll be calling in, letting us know what we're doing well and what we're doing bad.
So did they get to do 5 questions?
So how's Will doing? Is he there?
Sometimes. You know what the best thing about, Nigel, you know what the best part about having Tim as our boss is? Free tech support. Yeah, free tech support. So we got that going for us. That's Tim Tool, our new boss.
All right, rock it out, guys.
Rock on.
I want to raise.
I bet you could double it.
Oh, man, we're getting a slow start tonight. That was good, though. Good to have the boss call in early. Get that over with.
Get that out of the way.
Feel like we're doing what we need to do in here. Well, Nigel, it appears you're going to be on your own today for 5 questions, which is awesome because the way that it works now is you're supposed to be versus somebody. So what we'll do for the first time ever is we will have a member of our staff here of Jaret Goes to the Movies playing along against you.
Oh, I thought I was in for an easy win because I'm usually pretty bad at this. So,
and you can actually pick who you would like to face. Would you like to face Casey, or would you like to face Will?
Oh,
say no.
I am going to go with Casey.
Okay, it's going to be our good friend Nigel Watson versus Casey. All right, here we go, guys. This is a game called 5 Questions where we ask you 6 questions and the high score is 7. This week we have a first time ever amazing Patreon supporter Nigel Watson versus the lovely Casey Yantz, my wife, who is a modern woman and did not take my last name.
Jesus Christ.
Nigel can't use his feet.
Yeah, no
Fuck
feet.
it. I'm taking Nigel's last name. Nigel, let's do this.
Casey Watson.
I like it.
Casey Watson. There'd be no way I could ever not say your name that way.
It's going to stay at the end of the alphabet where I belong.
Yeah. I get it. All right, here we go. Question number 1 in the movie Mallrats. When Brody first tells T.S. they need to go to the mall, what is the thing that he needs to check out? A delicious dessert item that he needs to check out.
Or
No, you just keep your answer in your head.
Oh.
There's a reason he thinks that that would be a good idea. There's something he needs to check out. What is that, Nigel Watson? What do you got?
Is it a cookie stand?
And Casey?
Cookie stand.
Yeah, it was a cookie at the cookie stand is correct. I did it backwards. I should have gone to Casey first. It is possible, Nigel, that once again I have let someone fucking cheat on you.
I would never cheat on you.
And I am so sorry.
I mean, she took his last name.
Ever fucking cheat on him. All right. In the movie Mallrats, the famous comic book writer who is also does a very nice cameo in this movie is named what? What famous comic book writer makes a really nice appearance in the movie Mallrats? We'll go to Casey first.
Is it Stan Lee?
Okay, so she's going Stan Lee, and let's go Nigel for you. What do you say? Stan Lee. I am sorry, guys. It is actually Bruce Lee. You both get that one. Nope. Actually, I've been corrected in my left ear. Our executive producer, Tim Toole, has just chimed in and has corrected me. It was indeed Stan Lee. You guys both got that one right. Congratulations. We're going into question number 3, which rhymes with Stan Lee, which means you guys are both kicking fucking ass. All right. Question number 3 will also be about the movie Mallrats. The biggest star in the movie gets top billing, but really does not appear in the movie quite as much as 2 or 3 of the other characters. Can you name the famous actress who got top billing in this movie?
I think you just say actors now for all.
Well, this was in 1995.
Oh, okay. You're right.
The actor who's a girl.
A woman.
Who got top billing in this movie, yet really wasn't in it near as much as a lot of other people, including the girl from Three's Company's Three Nipples. We're going to go to, first of all, Nigel, do you have something written down? We're going to go to...
I do, but it's not female.
Okay, that's fine. We'll go to... I told you it was fucking female. Chances are you've got this as wrong. Okay, and Casey, what is your answer?
I do not know the names of any of the female actresses in this movie.
What?
At all.
How is that even possible?
And Nigel went with Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck did not get top billing in this. In fact, it was actually Shannon Doherty.
Yep.
Oh, I should have known that.
That's right. Shannon Doherty, actually the first person billed and also the first person listed in the cast. All right. Well, you guys have both gotten 1 wrong, 2 right, which means you both have 2 points. We're going into now question number 4. True or false? We now have 2 executive producers that we consider our bosses, and I do not know the name of one of them. True or false? Let's go here. We'll make sure that Nigel gets something written down first. True or false? We now have 2 new bosses, and I only know one of their names. Is that the question?
That's the question.
All right, here we go. And we'll go. Nigel, do you have something written down? We'll go to Casey.
Is it a trick question? It's not that you don't know his name, but you just gave him a new name?
No.
It's a true or false question.
All right, I'm going to say that is true.
Okay, that is. And Nigel also went true. You are both correct. I have not yet learned our new boss's name, which does not give me job security. I'm falling back on the fact.
Matt Cardosi.
Matt Cardosi.
Yes.
Okay, Tim Toole, Matt Cardosi.
And they're corporate VPs, not executive producers. The executive producers are that big long list.
Thing.
Yeah.
They're the corporate vice presidents of the podcast.
That's right.
Our corporate vice presidents. Matt Abusi.
Cardosi.
Matt Kardashian. Matt Carnivore.
That's it.
Question number 5. That's right. We're going to question number 5. And it is also about the movie Mallrats. In the movie Mallrats, who is the person in the movie that actually refers to Brody as a mall rat? You can name him either by his character's name or by his actual actor name. Who actually calls him a mall rat?
I think I know this.
Who could it be? All right, Nigel, we're going to go with you. Here we go first. What do you got? And Casey?
Ben Affleck.
And you're both correct. And actually, that was amazing. Nigel did not even write anything down. He just went to the card from 2 questions ago, pulled it back out, and held it up.
Nice.
All right. Very nice. You guys both have, that's it, right, for me?
Yeah, that's it.
You guys both got 4 right, 1 wrong. We go to, right now we go to Rich.
This is so exciting. It's very close.
For the bonus question.
It's very close.
All right. Yes or no? If the cookie stand has new cookies, do you have to try them?
Yes or no? If the cookie stand has new cookies, do you have to try them? Now, this is actually a trick question. But we're going to
really
see.
Stressful. This is pretty stressful.
So, yeah, but Rich is going yes or no on this one.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes or no, Nigel, do you actually have to try them, the cookies at the cookie stand, if they have a new cookie? And we will go to Casey. Your answer is?
No.
Casey says no. Nigel says yes, always.
Oh, dang it.
It is no.
The answer, I'm sorry, Nigel.
You just get the chocolate chip and you move on.
Yeah.
The answer
The
is
new
no.
cookies are always some stupid ass cookie they tried to like.
I knew
create
he was going to have a
So,
stance on cookies.
I'm
This was
confused.
Yeah, chocolate
this was
chip.
an unfair
boom.
advantage on my part.
Here's the problem with this. The cookie that TS actually did get from the cookie stand was one of those chocolate chips with the icing in the middle of it,
I don't like those.
sandwich thing.
Yeah, just straight chocolate.
That sounds
chip.
fucking delicious to me.
M&M
It's
cookie.
probably-
Sounds awesome.
You don't
I think
have to
I'd
try
eat
it.
the shit of that. I'd eat the shit out of that thing. You know. Well, I'm sorry, Nigel. I didn't even fucking cheat for you this week, and you
And I'm still lost, and I'm on my
you're
own.
still down a point. But that doesn't mean that you can't get Will's super hard bonus question correct this
damn.
week. And
Animals.
take it all away.
All right. Once again, you can pick from a category for your super hard
I
question.
love the new category.
Are you ready?
I just love this.
Are you ready? You
Yeah.
can choose from science, animals, sports, movies, sex, or podcast or tattoos.
Did you hear all the categories, Nigel?
Yes.
Okay, what would you like to pick today?
I am going to go sports.
He's going sports.
All right.
All right,
In
here we go.
Sports. Sorry about this is an American sport, but in American baseball, what did Babe Ruth, the famous Babe Ruth, keep under his hat to keep himself cool?
What did Babe Ruth keep under his hat to keep himself cool?
I would say a cool wet flannel.
No, I'm sorry, that's not correct. It's a cabbage leaf.
What?
Cabbage leaf.
And he
yeah.
would change it every 2 innings.
What?
Interesting.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
That's weird.
So are we going to give Casey a shot
Well,
at this?
Casey doesn't have to do it. She's already
What?
won. You
Do you
are
want
the
to?
winner.
Yeah,
Would
you
you
want-
like to just take a stab at a question?
Podcast or tattoos. Go.
Podcast or tattoos?
I still don't know what his is.
Yeah, she
okay.
hasn't seen it.
But if it's
Oh.
written down and it's one of Jaret's, I might know it.
I've got a tattoo on my right shoulder. What is it?
Did I get any hints or anything?
Nope.
I'm going tribal and yin yang.
No.
Sorry,
it is not. I'm
it's
sorry.
not.
That is not
No.
it.
What year did you get it?
In 1999.
God, that seems so fitting.
Now, a lot of people don't know
I
this.
think it's a dream catcher.
But the term yin yang actually came
Yin
from
yang.
Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry, Nigel. We're running out of time. I'll have to explain that next week. Nigel, you're awesome. Thank you so much for staying up until 3 a.m. for us. And
No worries.
Missing work.
we'll a shout out to Chris Holt for missing this. Nigel, have a great sleep, and I will see you here in a couple of weeks.
Sorry
Love you,
I beat
Nige.
you.
Okay, guys, have a good weekend.
You too,
too.
buddy.
Good night.
Take care, man. Bloop, bloop. Shout out to Chris Holt, who couldn't be here tonight.
God damn it, Chris.
Chris Holt, actually, a lot of people don't realize this, is actually Tim Toole's assistant. And turns out Tim had something else planned for him tonight, so he cross-booked. We'll try to get him back in as soon as possible. Thanks for listening to 5 Questions.
Let me ask you something. Did you ever fart in front of her? Why do you ask? I never farted in front of Renee, not once, all right? Then last week I let one slip. Today she dumps me.
You think that's why Renee dumped you? Come on, she's not the shallow type, Brody.
She was going down on me at the time.
Shut up.
What? What can I say? I was feeling very relaxed. When I'm relaxed,
Oh,
I squirt.
oh, dude, if all she did was dump you, you got off light.
Man, I can't believe this shit. Why are we sitting here trying to figure out where we went wrong with our significant others?
think we just nailed it in your case.
No, there is something out there that can help ease our simultaneous double loss.
Ritual suicide.
No, you idiot, the fucking mall.
Yeah, the fucking mall. They got these new cookies at the cookie stand. You got to try them.
I just read a thing on Facebook somewhere. Funny things that have been said during sex. And one of them was, in the middle of sex, this is the girl telling the story. Her guy said, "God help me for doing this." And she goes, it was kind of odd for him to say that, but I kind of got turned on that he was, felt a little dirty and stuff.
Where is this going?
And so she answered him and said, "Well, I like it." And then he farted. He was saying it because he was about to fart.
I have a friend or former friend.
A friend in quotes?
No, not like that kind of friend. Like, I don't know. Like, I don't talk to her anymore. But when I was 17, I was moving to Austin, and this girl worked with me. And so she decided, I'll fucking move to Austin, too. We weren't going to be roommates, but we were just going to work at the same salon there. And she was dating this guy that she had met online. And he was going to move to Austin, too. And they'd never fucking met each other, which was so weird. So while we're still working in the Louisville area, she finally flies down to meet him for the very first time and comes back. And I'm like, how was it? She's like, amazing. Everything was great. Like, we're stoked. And then she goes, only one thing happened, though. And I'm like, what? The very first time, like the very first night, they had sex and he went down on her and she farted in his face. The very first time.
We're pretty forgiving, though.
Anyway, that didn't work out either.
No. I don't think it was because of that.
You don't think so?
It might have been because it was the first night.
I was like
they
17 years old. That was like, in my 17-year-old head, that was like the worst thing that could ever happen.
In that situation,
in the
I'd just act like nothing happened.
No, he did though. He reacted.
Oh, he did?
Oh, he did?
He was like, what the fuck?
Oh, are you serious?
Was he like, no, the whore?
I've definitely been
Sometimes, like, when
in
you're
situations where-
moving around and stuff like that, and then they go to change around, there's air comes out.
Yeah,
you
air
know?
comes out. It's natural.
Yeah, well, she
It's
full
fine.
on farted in this guy's face the
Am
first
I-
time she ever met him.
I just raise up my hand and go, "You just farted. Am I allowed to keep having sex with you?" Then we're good.
You raise your hand, though?
Yeah, I just raised my hand.
Seriously,
It's
yeah,
like,
man.
are we allowed? Am I allowed?
Because in some situations, that could be like a one-handed push-up. You know, you're like, Jesus Christ, I'm in shape. Can I keep going? One of my favorite things about this whole movie is just the fuck that he carries around the little white cup the entire time. And there's
Dixie cup.
Yeah, and there's never any fucking reference to it except for the
I
time
didn't
that
even notice that.
that
Who
he
carries it.
Brody carries a little white, like, Dixie cup.
Who's
size.
Brody?
Jason Lee.
Okay.
Did you see this movie?
I
or-
didn't get any of the names. All the names were. I think TC was one of them.
TS.
Yeah,
TS.
TS.
Okay, TS.
Yeah.
Terrible initials, by the way.
Yeah, I didn't.
T.S. Eliot.
Okay.
Yeah. All of my old equipment says TS because my band was called Terminal Seasons. Yeah. So
Which one of the four?
Maybe that was his name. Yeah, but he goes up to the cookie stand. He goes, "Can I get a Coke with no ice?"
Yeah.
And he has the little cup.
yeah, he just goes, fill this up with Coke, no ice.
No
Yeah,
ice.
Yeah, it's just like, so I'm wondering if it's like just a thing where he's there all the time and they just don't charge him for it, so he
Yeah.
can just run around and
Did
get
you
it
guys
filled up.
find them all this satisfying as he
No.
made?
100%. I spent
Oh, yeah?
hours
Okay. I
and
figured there
hours
was
and
someone.
hours at the fucking mall with my friends.
I never really.
If
went
someone
to the
said,
mall.
hey, Will, you want to go to the mall? I'd be like, that sounds boring.
I worked at the mall.
my
I went
friend,
there and got the hell out. That
my
was
friend
it.
Ashley worked at Hot Topic, and my friend Kat worked at GameWorks in Grapevine Mills Mall. And I would go to work with Ashley when they opened and go fucking play free video games over there. And I literally would like just be there during her whole shift. Like 8 hours I would spend in there, like by myself.
When they first opened, you'd walk through the door. What was it saying in Spanish?
You are passing through entry 5 into neighborhood 5. Usted está pasando por la entrada 5 al visitando 5.
Oh, yeah, look, it's a sailboat.
You saw it too? Damn it!
What?
I've been staring at this thing for a week now, from opening till closing, and I can't see a goddamn thing!
You gotta relax your eyes.
Everyone sees this thing except me. But today's my day. I brought a lunch and a soda, and I'm not gonna leave until I see the sailboat everyone keeps talking about.
So, Willem, would you happen to know what this stage business is all about?
It's not a stage! I'm gonna see it if I have to go blind trying.
I've got to replay this for you because this is fucking like this right here should have been a goddamn. Let's do another take on this, right? Because the question is, any idea on this stage that's being erected over here or whatever? And the thing, the correct answer would be, well, it's not a stage. It's
right.
Actually,
yeah.
There's a stage there. But against you, it's not a stage.
It's not a stage. And the fact that you brought it up, pisses me off.
This is all about.
It's not a stage. I'm gonna see it if I have to go blind trying.
Oh man, this stage over here.
I wonder if it's the direction.
Having some game show in the mall today. I think it's gonna be on TV. It's called Truth or Date or something.
Oh my God, that's Brandy's father's game show.
What is it?
So this is his partner from My Name's Earl. I remember back in the day at the mall, you'd go there. They'd have these little kiosks set up with these little fucking 3-dimensional pictures. It used to be like a huge thing. I mean, you'd go and you'd look and see them. I have never seen one of these things. I can't
are
see
you
it
serious?
either. Yeah, I can't see it either. I've never, not one single time have I ever been able to see it.
Well, like with everything, this started in porn. The hidden images and the thing.
Like everything?
Well, I mean, like all new technology, porn explores it first.
What do you need to hide in porn?
Betamax and VHS porn,
Yeah.
the internet was really built on porn. This too was built on porn. Like, because you could display porn images without it looking like it was porn. But then people would go and want to see fucking and stuff, and they would cross their eyes and do that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I believe you, or are you fucking around?
You've never heard of like jacking off so much that you're cross-eyed.
You fuck.
Quit trying to ruin my jokes, Jaret.
God damn it. You son of a bitch. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
You got anything on this one?
No, that's it.
A shithead here watched Empire and Jedi last week, and ever since he's been trying to do the Jedi mind trick. Crazy fuck thinks he'll levitate shit with his thoughts. Knock it off.
The force is strong with this one.
Dude, don't encourage him.
So I was just telling TS here, we gotta find Jay and Silent Bob. If there's anyone that can help us out, it's the two guys that have even less to do than us.
What is this shit? Everyone's looking for us today. We're ducking Trisha because she wants to talk to Obi-Wan here about her video setup.
Why him?
Silent Bob's an electrical genius. He won the science fair in 8th grade by turning his mom's vibrator into a CD player. He used some chicken wire and shit. Motherfucker's like MacGyver. No, motherfucker's better than MacGyver. Knock it off.
He's genius in this scene.
He's fucking great. Yeah,
he's great.
He's fucking great. Actually, Jason Lee's terrible in this.
Yes.
The force is strong with this one. Is fucking terribly delivered.
Right. If you're watching this scene and you're looking at the four actors in the scene, you're going, why isn't Jay the big actor today?
Well,
you're not going, oh, Jason Lee obviously is going to turn into a big star and have his own fucking TV show on NBC.
But I do remember thinking even back then that like he's a fucking terrible actor. He's just really fucking funny.
He doesn't think about you can see all the other actors thinking about their lines. Even some way halfway through the lines, they're going, okay, what was the next word again? You can see it on their face. He's just flowing.
That's what I'm saying. He's just spitting out the written dialogue. There's no fucking actual acting happening.
Do you think he even had dialogue, or was he ad-libbing?
I don't know. I mean, that's the genius
he
about it.
did
I
not
think.
ad-lib this. This all has to have been written by Kevin Smith, like for sure.
I don't know. I liked it. I thought he was great. And why is Silent Bob silent?
Snoochie boochies.
So it'll be funny when he actually says something.
Yeah, that's the whole point. It's like
well, he doesn't say anything in this movie.
Yes, he does.
Yeah, he does. At the end, yeah.
Yeah,
Does
you
he
ever
always do one line?
Yeah,
in
it's
the
at the
entire
end of the movie.
It's like Phineas and Ferb.
I must have missed it.
Ferb doesn't talk until the end.
That's exactly what it's like.
Yeah,
That's
and then he says one thing at the end.
Oh,
something profound.
I just thought it was because he was such a bad actor, but he knew he was a bad actor, so this was a way he could be in his own movies.
I'm sure.
I didn't mean that to be funny. I just meant, hey, I want to be in my own movies, but I'm a terrible actor, so I'm not going to say anything.
It's possible.
Yeah,
that could be a thing. Yeah, sure, why not? So I love we want you to help us, destroy this fucking game show. He goes, oh, is that it? We were gonna do that.
Already gonna do
We're gonna do that
dude.
anyway.
Snoochie boochie.
Yeah, we're gonna what does he say? We're gonna crash this thing like a high school kegger. Fucking, I love saying that line. It's a good one. Fucking love it. And then I figured you'd love it when he becomes Wolverine. I had no idea what that even was until
Really?
Yeah.
I definitely watching that going, okay, back then no one knew what that was, and it needed Jason Lee's explanation as to what he was doing because no one knew who the fuck Wolverine.
I thought that was kind of funny too.
But now Wolverine is like one of the most famous characters, and it seemed almost pandering.
Yeah.
It was like, stop explaining shit. We already know what he's doing. You know what I mean? I just thought that was interesting.
I was a giant comic book nerd in the mid-'80s, so...
Yes, but
so you knew what he was talking about.
This is a Hollywood film.
Hence the story.
They're explaining it to
took
us.
my date to the club, and I took her with a boyfriend back to her apartment.
Okay, when you say the club,
it was a club.
Like what kind of club?
It was a club.
It was the club that her boyfriend was at, that she knew was there.
Yeah, it was a dance club.
I just is it like a
with a bars and multiple floors?
I feel like I could only see you like going to like some like Lizard Lounge goth club that like only plays techno music.
No, it was like a.
Will, I just want to say that it speaks to your character that you followed through and actually took them to her place so that they could go fuck. It says a lot about you as a man in the grand scheme of things.
Is this a good thing or a bad thing?
Well, I mean, it's terrible for your...
Yeah, it totally sucks.
But it's good for me as a person knowing what a good person you are. Like, it sucks for your life.
Yeah.
But it's good for me as someone who needs to depend on you at some point. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I'll take you home for fucking.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm getting at.
My mom took me and my date to the 8th grade sports banquet. And it's a true story. And she definitely rode home with another dude and his mom. That 100% happened.
I'm sorry, man. I know it hurts.
I took Dana Lundy. She rode home with Ward Roberts.
What a bitch.
It happened. Yeah.
I'll go find her on Facebook and tell her what I think about that.
You get the last
I
word
just
now.
called her out now. Yeah, there's definitely Wichita Falls people that listen to that. They're going to be like, oh, shit. Well, actually, Ward Roberts is like the superintendent of schools now in Wichita Falls. It's fucking amazing. So.
Now that I think about it a little bit, I was driving her car.
What did you do? You had to drop it off and get a fucking cab?
My car was at her apartment.
Oh my God.
So really, you were just going to your car.
Yeah.
But you were driving it?
They were making out in the back.
This is
the
the
whole
worst
way.
story ever.
The whole way
This
home.
is fucking terrible.
That's so bad.
And they just and they just walked upstairs, and I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to my car. Bye.
Yeah. Wait, you forgot your keys. They're there. You want me to put them on the back tire? Or... Yeah, they'll be right here if you need them.
Man, I would have just walked in with him like, let's do this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Looks like you... Oh my God. I just almost said something real bad. Like...
Please say it.
It goes against our rule that we made right before the fucking show started.
The rape rule?
Yeah, so bye, baby kitties.
Bye, baby kitties.
Come on. Bye, baby kitties. Come on, Silent Bob. Show some heart.
You almost violated the rape rule?
No.
Oh, no.
No, I did not.
It's impossible. Lois could never have Superman's baby. Do you think her fallopian tubes can handle his sperm? I guarantee he blows a load like a shotgun right through her back. What about her womb? Do you think it's strong enough to carry his child?
Sure, why not?
He's an alien, for Christ's sake. His Kryptonian biological makeup is enhanced by Earth's yellow sun. If Lois gets a tan, the kid could kick right through her stomach. Only someone like Wonder Woman has a strong enough uterus to carry his kid. The only way he could bang regular chicks is with a kryptonite condom. That would kill him.
How did I go from the verge of hot Floridian sex with Brandy to man of steel coital debates with you in the food court?
Kyrgyzstan is not part of the food court.
Well, of course it is.
No, it's an autonomous unit for mid-mall snacking. That's what it is.
That is a ridiculous line.
It's amazing, and it's so true. It's like the pretzel stands the same way in every single thing. To me, even like some of the kiosks that are like in the food court, like, but they're not in the like row thing. It's not fucking part of it. By the way, they have a hero thing that do like the chicken on the turning pole thing. What are you doing?
Talking to Tim Tool. Hey, Tim.
Yeah.
Do you want to weigh in on this Lois and Superman debate? If Superman would be able to have sex with Lois?
Yeah.
What's this music in the background?
He's playing a video game.
I'm at the casino.
Oh my God.
So for those of you who are wondering what's going on, Rich has called in our new Vice President, Tim Tool, have him weigh in on the this debate that we're listening to here. And Tim's at the casino.
What casino? Are there casinos in Seattle?
Oh, yeah, Indian casinos.
Yeah, gambling is legal here, so yeah, we have casinos.
I see. Okay, well, do you want me to let you go, boss, or...
So do you want me to answer the question?
Yeah, answer the question. Could Superman have sex with Lois without blowing the back of her spine out of her body?
Well, it all depends. If he comes inside her, she's dead. She might live.
All right. I think that tells us everything we need to know.
Make good casino decisions or you won't be our boss very long.
Bye.
That was fucking amazing. Oh my god, I fucking loved it.
She's dead.
The new Tim Tool is great, by the way. Like
Tim Tool, our not neighbor.
Yeah, he's fucking awesome.
Phase 1. First you take a run at LaFour's with the sock full of quarters. I do it, but I pull my back out humping your mom last night. Nuge. Okay, you clock him on his headpiece and...
Right?
Yeah,
right?
It's definitely the best part of the movie.
Thank you.
No. It's the best part of the... I'm not going to disagree with you anymore. That's fine. The point is though, again, all he's doing is just spitting. He has to memorize all this dialogue.
Gold, right.
And it's just, he is spitting gold, but we took this thing. So we used to do this thing in Bowling for Soup. And I mean, people would fucking fall through it all the time. Fall for it all the time. But you'd just be like, man, fuck. My back, man. Shit. And then somebody obviously, oh, dude, what happened? I threw it out last night humping your mother. And I actually did that to a friend of ours.
You humped his mom?
Different friend.
Okay.
No, but Justin James is in this band called The Vims. And I love Justin, and we're still in touch. And he's one of the sweetest people in the entire world. But I did that joke to him one time, and he got so fucking mad at me. And they were recording at our studio that we had in Wichita Falls. They got so upset that they literally loaded their gear and fucking left. What the fuck? I'm not kidding. Just because he was just like, nobody talks about my mama or whatever.
Are you serious?
Yeah. And then, because...
Did you, at any point during the time before he left, did you say, lighten up?
Well, no, here's what we did. We just kept talking about humping his mother because... So, dude, seriously, man, it's fine. Don't do that. And he'd be like, okay, whatever. And then Chris be like, hey, Justin, I didn't fuck your mother last night. I made love to that bitch. Then he'd get madder and madder and madder. And just be but
I wonder if it just hit a nerve because his mom fucked around a lot or something.
No. His mom is a single mom and he fucking loves his mother. So
okay.
Anyway,
that sounds like a friend probably fucked his mom before.
Yeah,
back to the clip.
Phase 1. First you take a run at LaFour's with the sock full of quarters.
Hold on, I forget to say. He goes. I forgot the best part. He goes, but I threw my back humping your mother last night. Nuge.
I do it, but I pull my back out humping your mom last night. Nuge. Okay, you clock him on his headpiece and knock his ass out cold. That's when phase 2 kicks in. I attack the structure, Wolvie Berserk style, and knock out the fucking pin, and bickety bam, the motherfucker is rubble. Hence, no game show.
Fucking
what
funny.
is Nuge?
That's what he would do. He would just be like Nuge, or it's like Snoochie Boochies. It's just like his
just
thing.
a nonsense word.
Yeah, Nuge.
Okay. I just thought I was not understanding.
It's like a Nuge, and you do knuckles or some shit.
I feel like in that context it'd be like a swing.
Yeah, like swing, or I mean fuck yeah,
fuck yeah.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
So I can think of 20 easier ways to stop this show. They're playing.
Yeah, totally. Yeah.
Back in the 90s, you could just literally phone in a bomb threat. It was that was no big deal back then.
It just pull the fire alarm.
That's what I was going to say.
Or
too.
that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, back in the 90s, you could call in a bomb threat. It was no big deal. Today, you'd be locked up for 20 years.
Yeah, you fucking penitentiary and shit.
But I mean, you've heard of our school had bomb threats, not all the time, but at least twice. We had a bomb threat.
Yeah, a couple of times for sure.
For sure.
Definitely. Nuge.
Who gives it the cover, boy?
None of your damn business, but he'll probably kick your ass if he knows what you just pulled.
Are you insane? The guy looks like a date rapist. Is that my jacket?
Brody, start the elevator.
No, not until you tell me what the situation is with you and the sperminator out there. How long has this been going on?
Since I finally mustered the good sense to send you packing. He's a much more suitable companion than you any day.
Are you nuts? The guy's pure testosterone. He's a walking hard-on, just looking for
I'm
a
in need of testosterone after a year of babysitting you and your comic book collection. I forgot what real men were like.
I can't believe you have the nerve to come to my mall and pick up guys.
Oh, no. Shannon did the picking up. He's already taken me to lunch at the Cheese House, purchased tickets for the opera night, and brought me shopping in stores I want to shop in.
I took you shopping all the time.
It's banging on it. Okay. Shannon Doherty is a good actress. She's not an amazing actress, but she's a good. I mean, she was on 90210. Yeah, forever.
Yeah.
You can hear it where she's trying not to yell because she knows you don't yell dialogue.
Right.
And he's just screaming it. So in order for it to sound at all cohesive, she has to yell a little. You can see her kind of going up with his. She's like sort of meeting him halfway each time. It's interesting.
She needed to slow down. Like it could have been still fast paced, but and it had been a funny list and all of this. But again, I guess I can't. I'm fucking hooked on this topic, and that is that it's so smartly written, and these monologues are so much shit coming out of their mouths. It would be hard for anybody to deliver.
Here's a question.
Yeah.
What if they did a remake, exactly shot for shot, dialogue for dialogue, but with different actors that were really good actors,
right?
That did this over again.
It wouldn't be funny. It would be terrible.
Okay.
This is a movie where it couldn't exist in modern times because of cell phones.
That's true.
Well, yeah, he definitely would have known he wasn't going to Florida before he got there.
Yeah.
Right.
No, but I mean, I think part of it is what it's like you said about Clerks. Part of what makes it funny is because it's so bad.
Yeah.
To me, again, I
agree. I think if this was
this your first watch?
No, no. I love all these movies.
It's unnatural.
This was my first watch.
It's unnatural conversational dialogue.
I thought I had seen this movie before, but apparently I had seen Chasing Amy and thought it was this movie. Because I went and watched the trailer for Chasing Amy and it was like, oh, there they are sitting at the tables and talking and stuff.
Anytime the fucked him in someplace uncomfortable back of a Volkswagen line is always really funny. And then how about when Brody gets the shit kicked out of him and he blames it on the Easter Bunny, and then they have to go and beat the shit out of the Easter Bunny?
I did think that fucked in an uncomfortable position. I can't do that, by the way. Like, I have a really tough time
having sex in the back of a Volkswagen.
Just having sex in weird, uncomfortable positions.
You made the joke in the movie.
What the fuck are you talking about right now?
I know.
Rich doesn't like to do it in the butt.
Anyway.
What are we talking about then?
No, I just weird, uncomfortable positions, like in the shower, in the back of a car.
No, he said in an uncomfortable place, like he meant like in the butt.
That's what they're talking about. He's just like he wants to fuck them someplace uncomfortable. And,
you didn't get that this whole time?
And then they'd be like, what? Like in the back of a Volkswagen?
That was the joke.
That's the
joke. I
joke.
totally thought he meant in the back of a Volkswagen.
No, he's
trying to do it to him
no,
on the butt.
I get
he's
it
trying
now.
to do all these people in the
I
butt.
Get it.
You
I
didn't get that?
No.
That's what made it funny, right?
I know now. It's hilarious.
Yeah, he didn't want that guy to do his girlfriend in the butt.
I also have never had sex in the back of a Volkswagen.
I used to have a Volkswagen.
Did you put quotes around that?
No.
Oh.
I never have. I'm serious. Or in the butt.
Oh, that's anyway.
I'm bailing.
Yeah, I remember when I dumped TS, I was all right with it until he started dating you.
A little jealousy residue.
I thought so at first. Then I realized it was more than that. When I saw how he was with you and how well you two complimented each other, it finally hit me that TS is a great catch.
Gwen, you were always cheating on him.
Capricious youth? Doesn't mean I wasn't regretful about it.
Jesus, Gwen, the last thing I need at this point is a lecture on my love life.
All I'm saying is that the really good guys are few and far between. In fact, I haven't met one since TS. And even if I did meet one, I guarantee I'd use him as a basis for my comparison.
But you can have him if you want him.
Believe me, I might consider trying. If he weren't so hung up on you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, 10, or 11. It's the Richter scale again.
Hey, before we go further, it's distorting. You hear the distortion? I don't know what's going on.
I turned it down.
I know, but you hear the distortion though? Was it recorded that way?
No, it's just today.
It was the last one and today.
Just that particular one.
Yeah, just that one.
Well, I did adjust the volume today.
Yeah, it's quiet, but it's still distorting for some reason.
I'll make sure that it's not the WAV file and then have him send it to me if I need to.
All right, I'm doing Claire Forlani.
Which one's she?
She's the very first girl in the movie.
The brunette.
Yeah. Hair, 8.5. Eyes, 10. She has beautiful eyes. Nose, 6. It's not bad, but it's not perfect. Mouth 10. Overall face a 9 because I think she's beautiful. Arms 9. Boobs 3. Sorry. Waist 10. Ass 8. I think I really couldn't get a good view of that. I just saw her in the jeans, but even Renee Zellweger looks good in those jeans. And then
even Renee.
Legs 9. Overall body, I give her a 9, which is a total of 8.3. She's a beautiful lady.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9, 10, or 11. It's the Richter scale again.
Joey Lauren Adams.
Yeah.
I give her a voice a 0. Oh my God, I fucking hate her voice. Holy shit, I've been holding that in since you've been bringing it up. Her voice fucking kills me.
Why did you just act like you didn't know what we were talking about the whole
Because I just
time?
wanted to act like I didn't know what you were talking about. It's the worst.
Until
and
you
then
got to this
he
point?
went and built an entire movie called Chasing Amy around this fucking voice. I could not stand Chasing Amy because of her voice.
Interesting.
Her voice is the worst thing ever.
Yeah, it doesn't bug
It's
me.
the worst.
It doesn't bug me.
So I give her voice a 0. I give her first name a 0. Not wearing a bra when you definitely need to wear a bra, 0. A total of 0. I give her a fucking 0.
Rich is hating on shit.
It was between that and
What's Rich's deal?
or it even could have been
Rich's body shaming.
all three of those apply here.
But her voice is terrible.
So literally, Claire Forlani, she might be the most beautiful girl I've ever seen in my life.
She's super beautiful.
She is definitely my type.
She's straight up my type. Right down the lane. Like
This-
no,
It's kind of a universal type, I would imagine.
No spin on the ball or anything. Just straight down the fucking lane, hitting the
movie,
first pin.
And definitely Meet Joe Black. I was
Yeah,
like,
dude.
Holy
Oh, yeah,
crap,
yeah,
that
yeah,
woman is beautiful.
Yeah, she's like a model, but like a girl next door model.
Yeah,
models have to live somewhere.
Yeah, she's something else.
She's very pretty.
I have something, Bob. Both of you.
Really? What's that?
What is it?
These are called handcuffs.
Once I realized that both of you were in the mall together, I decided to set up this little ambush to remove you and your sidekick here from the premises permanently.
Hey, why am I his sidekick, all right? How do you know he's not my sidekick?
So, first of all, I want to thank you for not pulling the clip of him licking his fingers because Casey would have got up and left.
No, fuck that.
Is he gay in this movie?
Who?
Michael Rooker.
No, he's got a daughter. Oh, excuse me, he's got a daughter.
Gay people can.
It's the 90s, so
Well, he's definitely not gay.
oh, he's definitely not gay.
I don't know. That's not what I fucking shit.
Maybe.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
Hey, did you
Anybody-
notice? And no one noticed my angry acting in the previous scene
Yeah.
What do you mean?
when I was hating on her voice. I was like angry acting.
Was that your Jason Lee?
Yeah, that was
Totally.
no one even picked up on that. All right.
Yeah.
I chose not to give it attention because I felt like that it.
Encourage you to keep doing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
I did exactly the same thing. That's so funny.
We do that with Everett,
on
too.
the
So we
same
should just
page.
not watch this movie ever again.
The stink palm thing's fucking funny. The chocolate covered pretzels is a bit of a stretch. I do love the when Shannon Doherty walks up to the thing where the guy's looking at the sailboat and she's like, "Oh, a sailboat," and he looks at her and he goes, "Brenda," and she just goes, "Dick." 'Cause Brenda is her character on 90210. And so that was supposed to be that. So
I do agree that you should absolutely establish who the sidekick is early on in the relationship.
Yeah, definitely. What
Like I'm your sidekick.
Yeah, I think that happens automatically.
Like, which is weird. I'm the dominant personality. You're the submissive.
Yeah.
But I'm your sidekick.
Yeah.
Like in
which
50
I think
Shades?
is what gives us the tension that's super interesting in our
Yeah,
relationship.
and that's what makes this fucking show interesting.
Did you sign the submissive contract?
we have a safe word and everything.
Yeah, we did.
What was your stance on fisting?
I'm not for it.
No, it shouldn't happen.
It should not happen. Maybe ever. I mean, yeah, ever.
To
I agree.
anybody. Yeah.
What does palm reading have to do with being topless?
Oh, man, it makes the news easier to take. She could tell me I was gonna die in 10 minutes, so long as she told me topless.
Your maleness amazes me sometimes.
What can I say? I love tits.
What kind of people patronize this service?
People like us.
Wait a minute, you're not suggesting that you and
Come
I...
on, don't be such a damn
Come on,
fundamentalist.
look, I've already reached my lowest today. This is where I draw the line.
You know, you used to like tits too.
Hey, I love tits as much as the next guy, but why would I want to pay some old hag good money for some supernatural chicanery coupled with sagging, wrinkled, weathered boobs?
Like, who talks like that?
Yeah, there's so many fucking words where you're just like, the fuck? Is like, or there is one in here, and I actually started to write it down, but it's when they're having their very first, the very first scene where him and Brody are sitting there, and she had written him that letter, and she's like, she calls you such and such, like this huge word, and he just goes, and he's just like,
Cartankerous
or something.
Cantankerous.
Was that what?
I don't know.
It started with a C. It was like,
I don't know if that was the word, but
yeah,
that's what you're trying to say.
She calls you Cantonese, and he goes, he's like, so, and he goes, it means, and like spits out the definition of it or whatever, right? And it's like, okay, yeah, this.
You said Cantonese.
Yeah, she's Cantonese.
Was it like callow
I
or
was
something?
thoroughly grossed out by the third nipple, even knowing it was a fake nipple. Like, my brain hates asymmetry.
I'm not gonna lie, it didn't bother me.
Didn't bother me one single bit.
Not at all.
No. Did you like it when she stuck it in her mouth?
No.
Works every time.
Why did she?
That's what I said. I was like, does she do that every time somebody leaves?
You mentioned that she's Terry on Three's Company, right?
Yeah.
Earlier, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about her until watching this and looking back. I was like, oh, that's the girl that Jared had been talking about.
Yeah.
In the other, I had forgotten all about her as a character on the show.
Yeah.
So I remember the other two, but I forgot about
Chrissy,
her.
and then Chrissy's cousin Cindy, and then Terry. Terry was the nurse.
Do you remember the episode on Three's Company where Mr. Roper was like snooping around and he misheard something?
That's every episode.
And then, God damn it, that's the joke!
And there was a misunderstanding.
There was a misunderstanding, and they figured out at the end. I was like, yeah, that's it.
And
literally every episode.
Jack double booked his date.
Yeah, Jack had to hide the date because he's supposed to be gay. She's in the kitchen. They keep coming in. She's hiding in a different spot.
The thing, is this dork made of orange rock like the rest of his body?
It's a superhero secret. Tell me, Brody, why did you and your girlfriend break up?
She was a pain in the ass. She wanted me to be this typical boyfriend guy. Said I was too into my own world of comics and all.
Yeah, I can relate. There was a time when it was all about comics for me. You know, I had a girl probably the same as yours. She always complained that I spent too much time with my own comics. And eventually we broke up.
See, what did she know? Here you are now, a legend in the field. Probably had a slew of women since her, am I right?
Oh, lots of women. Jagger and me, we had a running contest to see who had the most. Matter of fact, last time I looked, I was way ahead.
Does Stanley ever shut the fuck up? He definitely wants to fuck Jason Lee, though. I mean, it's obvious in this scene. He's like, yeah, stop talking about comics. Let's talk about
Let's talk about romance.
Yeah, let's talk about romance.
It is a lot of dialogue for just like an appearance in a picture.
Yeah.
You know?
Gay or straight though? Like if you're that big of a comic book nerd, you think you just fucking go for it if you're being propositioned by Stan Lee?
I don't know. Ask Will.
Yes.
I mean, that's one hell of a story.
Will, what were you gonna say?
Oh, his friend TS put him up to it.
That's right. You're right. That's
Yeah.
one thing
Later
that
we
you
find
forget
that out
about.
later.
Yeah, and I always forget about that too. That he sent him in there to try to
straighten him out.
Stanley has nothing else to fucking do.
Right. Yeah. Well, maybe he paid him off. Maybe not.
Probably not.
Second suitor. If we were making whoopee.
What's whoopee?
Well, if we were being intimate.
What, like fucking?
Yeah. If we were, what kind of noises would you make?
What?
I think that's kind of personal. I don't think I should answer that.
Okay.
Whoopi goes second question too. It's like, yeah, but you knew it was coming, right?
Yeah, because they always have to say the word whoopee in those.
Well, I think that started on the Newlywed Game. You ever watch that when you were a kid?
Definitely.
We suck at that game, by the way.
No, the best answer on that thing ever was when he goes, "What's the strangest place you've ever had whoopee?" And he goes, "I'd have to say in the butt."
Yeah, that's Family Feud, right?
No,
it's Newlywed Game.
Oh, is it
Newlywed
really?
Game, yeah. And then she's like, "My family's watching this."
Back of a Volkswagen.
Yeah, that show got real risque if you watch some of the old episodes.
That shit happens all the time on the new Family Feud, man. And Steve Harvey is fucking great all the time.
Family Feud.
Family Feud. What did I say? Family Ties?
No.
You said Family Feud.
God damn it.
Well, my cousin Walter jerked off in public once. True story. He was on a plane to New Mexico when all of a sudden the hydraulics went. The plane started spinning around, going out of control, so he decides it's all over and whips it out and starts beating it right there. So all the other passengers take a cue from him and they start whipping it out and beating like mad. So all the passengers are beating off, plummeting to their certain doom, when all of a sudden, the hydraulics kick back in and the plane rights itself. It lands safely, and everyone puts their pieces or whatever, away and deboard. Nobody mentions the phenomenon to anyone else.
Well, did he come or what?
Jesus Christ, man. There's just some things you don't talk about in public.
First of all, this story's bullshit. We saw this happen. No one was beating off in Almost Famous.
Yeah, I was about to go into Almost Famous reference too. Yeah. I was going to do the same thing. But yeah,
Fucking cousin Walter.
I think somebody did get fisted, though, and they had to cut it out.
Yeah,
That's the same cousin with the cat in his butt, right?
Yeah.
I believe you have something that belongs to me.
Yeah, what's that?
Not you, asshole. The girl. You have my heart.
What can I say? I love the retard.
Oh, wait a minute. I thought tonight we were supposed to.
Hey, Hamilton. Let's try to wrap this up, all right? I promised her breakfast.
That's it. You're dead, Mallrat. I am gonna fuck you up beyond repair.
Well, that's where they get the title, Mallrats. And so obviously, man, I really enjoyed watching it. I enjoyed watching it with my wife. I enjoy all of the dialogue in these kind of movies. Kevin Smith's a really funny dude. And I have grown to, I have an affection in my heart for Jason Lee, no matter what. So yeah, I mean, now he sells pancakes for IHOP and, fuck it. I've had some since he became the voice, and they're fucking delicious.
They are delicious.
They changed the recipe. It's not as good as it used to be.
Yeah,
Really?
you keep saying that, but I really think maybe you
They're
accidentally
fucking pancakes.
You accidentally ordered home style or some shit.
Or you just didn't pour enough syrup on it
I don't
because it
think
just
you can
tastes
fuck
like
up
fucking
pancakes
syrup.
unless you're me.
No, there's two types of pancakes. There's the pancakes that IHOP used to have, which they were fluffy and spongy.
Yeah.
And there's the type of pancakes that you get at like Cracker Barrel, which is like doughy and fucking. You know what I mean? It's
Now they're doughy?
Yeah, it's you know what I mean. It's kind of like
Sometimes they're super dense, and sometimes they're kind of cakey.
yeah. I like the fluffy, cakey ones.
Yeah, me too. Me too. I think you had a bad batch. Give it a shot.
Mm-hmm.
Give it another crack.
I don't know. I got burnt once.
But maybe not a
I'm still
Cracker Barrel.
Pretty sensitive about being.
The problem is every time I want to go to IHOP, there's a fucking line around the block.
People like that place.
No. You have to go to IHOP at like 5 o'clock on a Tuesday.
Yeah,
5 o'clock
I'm
PM.
not going to go there on a I want to go there Sunday morning.
The only time
That's
to go
it.
to IHOP is like 2 a.m, and that is it. And Denny's and Waffle House.
No, you go to
You ever been
Denny.
to Waffle House in the morning? That's
You go
fucked
to
up.
Denny's midday. You go to Waffle House at night. And you go to IHOP in the morning.
I have the best Waffle House story. So when I was, it was 1997. I was in my early 20s.
Is it the best story or just the best Waffle House story?
I like this story.
Okay.
So I was leaving my fiance and driving across country to escape her, to escape the hell that I would have been engulfed in if I had stayed with her. So I'm just a lone wolf driving across country to Virginia from California, and I stop in Nashville, where my hotel is, and there's a Waffle House like close to the hotel. It's really close to the Grand Ole Opry, actually. I'd never heard of Waffle House before. I'm like, well, this is some fucked up Southern shit. So I decided I'm going to go check it out. I like waffles. Literally go into this place. They're tiny, right? They're not very big.
Yeah, they're really small.
And there's this girl, a blonde girl, Southern accent. Hey, honey, how you doing, honey? Smoking. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. You can just smoke right here in the restaurant. And she's the waitress. Okay. Pregnant.
Oh, nice.
Pregnant. And she had to be 17.
Right.
And I'm like, fucking, I'm in the South, I guess.
All the good decisions.
I mean, I guess it's not a funny story. I just thought it was interesting.
Oh, that's the end of the story?
Well,
that is the best fucking story.
Actually,
did I oversell it?
No.
Pregnant smoking teenagers. You should have just been at my high school.
So actually, what happened is Will was the part that he doesn't talk about is that he's real drunk, and he had told that story to me when we first met, and I actually ended up writing a song about it. I sold it to Alan Jackson, and it became "I'm in love with the waitress. I don't even know her name."
Nobody knows that.
I didn't get any royalties from that, by the way.
And you won't. Before we get to the mailbag, I want to thank everybody who's shared our post off of our Facebook page, and somebody tweet us every once in a while, for Christ's sake.
Tweet.
But thanks for sharing Eddie Weiss, Mitch Bergeron, Joel Robinson, Austin Mark McGrath, Fiona Freeman, Angie Thorin, Rodon James. Why did you laugh?
Because that's not his name. I just say Mark McGrath.
You put the Mark McGrath in there. Yeah. Rodon James, Wendy Croft, Stephen Dobbs, Ray Jimenez, Chris Pulse, Joseph Bishop, Person Carr, Jake Bradford, Mark Ryan, Sean Umbeck, Chrissy Davies, Steve May, Tyler Christian, Gary Price, Ryan the Intern, Scott Wilson, Kara Banks Thomas, Laura Alford, Amy Haynes, Megan Dillard, Nigel Watson, Tim Toole, our VP, Carrie Abner, and Ashley C. Thank you guys so very much.
You know who Kara Banks Thomas is, right?
Kara Banks Thomas?
Is Lloyd Banks' sister.
I did not know that.
Yeah. She was my neighbor.
What?
Yeah, I went to high school. I went to college with Lloyd. He was a fraternity brother.
Yeah.
And then I moved a block away from Kara. We were friends. Didn't even know that they were brother or sister until after I knew them. Yeah.
That's insanity.
Let's check the email box. Email us at jaretgoestothemovies@gmail.com.
Jared Spear writes, "Hey guys, I've been listening to the show since episode 1, the day it came out, and this show has been my favorite part of the week since it started.
Nice.
I finally decided to be a supporter, and I figured I'd jump right in as a producer." Thanks, Jared. His name is spelled Jared. I wonder if he goes, "My name is Jared," like the child molester. Like you always go Jaret, not like the child molester.
No, I go Jaret with a T. I don't mention Subway or.
Oh, you don't.
No.
Child molestation.
I probably shouldn't have either.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, you could have just went the sandwich guy. I mean,
Right.
And everybody. I feel like the child molestation is fucking implied when you know.
That's true. Yeah. That's true. I freaking love Bowling for Soup. So when I saw the first ad for the podcast, I had to check it out. I'm glad I did because it's truly the most entertaining part of my Fridays. I love how the cast of characters, which you guys really are in some ways, has kind of grown and changed over the episodes, and the format is never truly the same from episode to episode. I work in a fairly rough business where I have to deal with asshole attorneys and upset customers every day, so usually my Friday, I'm feeling pretty burned out and bummed. Then I turn on the podcast for my drive home and usually finish it while I'm walking my dog. I can honestly say there is not a single time I've been listening. Okay, there was one time with the Arthur episode that haven't just cracked up laughing out loud to the crazy looks of people I'm walking past that probably think I'm crazy. It really does feel like I'm hanging out with old friends every week, so please keep doing what you're doing. P.S. In Random Movie Talk Part 2, Rich started to ask my question from Facebook. What are the best ridiculous horror movies? My personal favorite being Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. But Jaret totally cut him off.
Oh, no.
Love you guys.
I don't know if I have it. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I remember. I think I saw that movie.
None of us are big on horror movies. That's the
problem. When I was a kid, we used to watch that movie Swamp Thing.
I like that movie.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, but I just don't really. I just never have been into that stuff. But Jared, that's a really nice thing. And, it makes me happy that people listen every week and that we can bring a smile to their faces. Because honestly, in everything that I do work-wise, I hope that I'm making people smile no matter what. And I agree with the cast of characters, man. I think the four of us are an amazing dream team.
I honestly would have quit a long time ago. And this, I'm being dead serious. If it wasn't for Jake Bradford from the guy that was in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Because I'd always go, fuck this bullshit. Why am I doing all this goddamn work? And I would go, he's in fucking Afghanistan. This is giving him a little joy, says him.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is the least I can fucking do.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I always put it in perspective. And then I just got used to doing it. So there you go.
I thought you were going to say because you like hanging out.
I love this part of it. I'm just talking about like the work aspect of it.
There is a lot. And Rich does put a lot of work into it.
But I'm fine. No one cry for me, please. I'm fine. Bodie Cooper writes, is Will's favorite movie Schindler's List? If not, why?
You know, I really do like Schindler's List.
This didn't seem like a random question, though.
No, I mean, I like Schindler's List.
Did you mention this before?
I think he mentions it a lot, actually. Don't you? Do you sort of like, isn't that a go-to ref for you?
Yeah, I joke about it because it's so serious.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like a joke, like it's a really serious movie.
Yeah.
I have only seen it once.
Oh, really?
And I'll never see it again.
I've
never seen it.
I never seen that movie.
What?
I get it mixed up with Shawshank Redemption.
You've never seen it?
No.
We should definitely not watch it
Shawshank's
for
the
this
shit,
podcast. It's not a funny topic.
It's very, very well made.
It is
Steven
so
Spielberg.
If y'all do
good.
Schindler's List, I'm skipping it. Just
Yeah,
like Sleepers.
I don't know, man.
It's so good.
It's extremely heavy, and you literally, I mean, for me, I can't watch it again.
Yeah, I don't know. It doesn't sound like something I need in my life.
All right. Did you watch Band of Brothers?
No.
Yep.
No.
I think that.
Well, you know what? I have seen Hanson.
Oh, yeah. I saw them too.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I just don't have the same ties in my brain. You know what I mean? It's like you literally just break down the words. You go, Band of Brothers. Do I know any brothers that are in a band? Yes. I know Hanson. I'm going to start talking about Hanson now. It's like I don't have the bridges in my brain that take me to that
fucking
to
does.
that. It's fucking hilarious. All right. Ryan Chang writes, in Young Guns, the song Dead or Alive by Bon Jovi was written in 10 or so minutes in a bar.
Yeah.
He was good friends with Emilio Estevez, and Emilio still has the napkin that he wrote the song on, and it's framed in his house. I heard this in an interview Kevin Smith did with Kiefer Sutherland, tying it into the movie.
Right. Nice. Yeah, you know, they say that, and I agree with it, with this. I think, and I absolutely love that song, by the way, but they, you know, most people will say, except for Garth Brooks, he says, he likes to talk about how you got to put it in that drawer. And every once in a while, you go back and you're going to open up that drawer. Something's going to grab hold of you. And, but anyway, but my shit is, it's like the all of the really, really good songs. I mean, it fucking comes out quick. Always. If you get stuck, to me, like very few songs have I've ever got stuck on and then came back and finished them because it's usually just not worth it.
It's so fucking depressing though, because I mean I have a bunch of songs that the music just I fucking love with all my heart, and for some reason I just can't write lyrics to it. And you're right, it's like if I can't throw some lyrics down pretty quick, it's not going to be a song that ends up finishing and being what I consider one of my best songs. But
well, that's the magic.
It's so depressing.
That's the magic that happens though when you meet the guy who can't write the music like that. You know, it's like, you try to take Elton John. I think he tried to do one album without Bernie writing the lyrics or whatever, and it was fucking terrible, right? So, you know, I mean, that's how those partnerships work.
Right.
But
Marco Molina writes, "Hey guy." I think he meant guys. Listening to the podcast and y'all mentioning Brie Olson in that movie, The Room, and they said it was Brie Larson.
It is Brie Larson.
Okay. Yeah, and I think we did say Brie Olson.
Yeah. Brie Olson definitely does porn.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure, Jaret, you've seen some of her films too.
Yeah, Brie Olson was one of the Charlie Sheen's goddesses. So if we were mentioning that.
Oh, right.
Yeah, she was one of the original girls.
Tiger's Blood. Yeah. Love you guys. Also, he found Will's tattoo and then sent me a picture of some ugly lady tattoo thing that looks horrible.
I'm wondering where he even got a picture of my arm from.
Well, guys, thanks for a great podcast. You know what? We started out a little tired. I think we found our groove, and it was actually a really, really fun night. I hope everybody enjoyed the show. Next week, we will be back with the Big Lebowski. We might actually have John the bass player, and Gary Wiseman in the studio. Yes.
No fucking way.
We may end up with Gary Wiseman. So he wants to do it, and his wife, who recently had a little baby, is encouraging him to come over and be a part of it.
Oh, so, then we'll just force the issue then.
We will.
I'll
we
prompt
will.
him a little,
and so we'll bring a more comfortable chair in here for him to sit sixth wheel. But hey, thanks everybody for listening, and everybody check out Big Lebowski this week, and look forward to hearing that, and look forward to hearing more from us. Lots of updates coming up, lots of stuff happening, and we will see you down the road.
I like you more than a friend.
But most of all, we'll see you down the road.